doing? All right, so we're back with FTD today. I was a little bit busy, hence why we're a little bit late today, but you know what? That's okay. That happens. So the plan for today is we're probably going to be talking a lot about the custom campaign. I feel like doing the custom campaign. Also, ignore the suddens. It was like this when I got in here because I was recording for the Jacob's Palace short. And you know what? We've been building at like, you know, the 12 p.m. clear weather for so long. Let's try something new today, shall we? It is so late. Yeah, I get busy. It's like 20 in the evening. Okay, well, that's not my fault. Get a better time zone. That's on you, buddy. Oh, you just jumped into it? Yeah, I tend to do that. Anyway. Yeah, so plan today. I want to do some custom campaign stuff. I want to do maybe some lore writing. Maybe we can write the lore for the Ronin and the Ashigaru. We can really start explaining how the Silverstone Shogunate got onto the field, right? Heike, hello. Dooley, hello. Driver, Xena, T-Lad, good to see you all. And Carson got first. Wow. We pranked Emprey Lee by being super late to stream. Let's push the entire European continent into a more convenient place. This will not cause any issue for the climate. Maybe you should build the Kurakami. Perhaps. I was thinking about that. Or what if I started a new project, Carson? Wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be like cool? Just did a little new project here and there. Now, all right, let's fix the environment. Because alas, sadly, we cannot fight with, what is it? The sea, as much as I want to. There we go. Considered waiting a couple of eons. Alrighty. But yeah. Alright, what do we got today? Yeah, I guess we could work on the Kurakami. At least we can have it open while I'm yapping here. Because I have an idea of where I want to go with this. I just need to get there, you know what I mean? I feel like that's the majority of my design so far. So I have it all like planned out. I just need to get there. The wave side causes really weird. I can't even read that. Fleet review. It's not necessarily going to be a fleet review. It's just going to be like I have to go over. I want to go over some of my design stuff and get some lore started. So like I feel like the Ashigaru is probably the best representative of the style right now. Like Gravitas really just took what I built and cooked with it. Like the ice is better because it's not solid, I don't think. Is it as solid as mine was? Yeah, no, it's like, so it's a lot more aerodynamic. Ooh, that is actually a really nice hull shape. God damn, Gravitas. I do not give Gravitas enough credit for absolutely fucking cooking on this design. So, you know, we'll make lore for this. We'll make lore for the Ronin, which should be next. You know what, that actually I might have the Ashigaru up here as the design guide now. Because the Ronin still has some stuff that I want to fix before it's finalized. It's kind of like when I was designing Fitzgerald. It's like just everything cannibalizes each other until it's a cohesive style. Roar, true. That's the plan. Fourier. Oh, okay, the Fourier effect. Might just leave my rat generator right at your front door if you didn't build the Kurakami. Rats are illegal in this province, Carson. You know that. Setting M4s in my physics degree. Hey, Cruiser, thank you for the 20 months. Wow. Insane to think about it. 20 months. Let's get some music in here as well. EU5 drops tomorrow, so we're going to be listening to EU5 music. This is non-negotiable. Because I've been absolutely jamming to that music lately. Whamps is my YouTube music. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. Albertan derogatory. I like how you put Albertian instead of just Albertan. Would it be a small ship like Prince Zuko's ship from the first Avatar seasons? I feel like that's kind of what the Ashigaru is. But we could probably make smaller ships, honestly. Because you can see like how it the bridge is directly inspired from Zuko's ship from Avatar in the earlier seasons. We could do a monohull version, but I kind of like the catamaran. Yo, what's up?
From the field, EU5. That's a lot of European unions.
I know, and they're all at war with each other. They're all at war with each other. It's crazy. But yeah, because like the Ronin and the Ashigaru were based off Zuko's ship, right? So like you have like the first level followed by the taller superstructure, and then the super tall smokestack. So this is the small one. We need bigger. Yeah, I do want to build the bigger ones today if possible. 1 second. Why is my bitrate so fucky today? Huh. Ah, well, I'm gonna be taking apart this computer probably tonight and dusting it out and just reapplying thermal paste and all that in preparation for EU5 tomorrow. But yeah, so that's the plan. Now, how would we take this type of style of ship and move it into an airship? Now, I know I want to do like the Phoenix from the Phoenix what was it, Phoenix Kin arc? Should have been Phoenix Emperor, honestly, let's be honest. So like those big Fire Nation airships at the end of Avatar. But I don't know how I want to do it yet. And plus we also need to add on the side. Let me grab the Fire Nation airship. Fire Nation airship. There's the one I was basing this off of. Alright, have that zoomed in while we wait. The European Union is so good, why is there no sequel? The humble EU5. And if you want, you should study sysadmin stuff. Delete Windows 32, that's all I know. What was that original fin? I feel like I'm missing so much on chat. There's only 16 of you. Like, how am I missing out on chat right now? I should study physics. Ah, okay, there we go. Not sit at desks, I will instantly get distracted. Yeah, that's me. It's why I enjoy archaeology so much. You're always on the go. Alright, let's finally get in the side platforms where the turrets are going to be. In the anime, it's the engine pods. For us, it's going to be turrets. Actually, maybe we can have both. Because in the anime, can I just... Here, let me switch to display capture. So you have this here, right? And I don't know if you guys can see my cursor. Oh, you can, good. So like, this is going to be ice, obviously. Let's full screen. I full screened the wrong tab, there we go. So we have this over here, which is where like, I'm thinking like have the props on the back still, and then put this giant sigil here, put the turret on that facing forward for a sideways gun. And then keep the rest of the apparatus there. The back is pretty easy to do out. Down here, we're going to be using these little walkways, catwalks down here for Hainer mounts. So we'll have some parasite fighters. That's what the plane's going to be. Hey, Magi, welcome in. Magi, you just caught me. I've only been live for like 12 minutes. Welcome in. Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Rosen VT, time traveling archaeologist. And it is time for us to be working on lore and stuff. So we're kind of doing a world building stuff. So if you have any questions about this universe, feel free to ask. I'm writing most of it. We're currently taking inspiration from Avatar: The Last Airbender's Fire Nation, and we're going to be applying that to our own builds today. Rosen, you rock. Thank you, Magi. But no, what did you get up to today? I did not get a chance to catch your stream, sadly. I just woke up earlier, and then I had to deal with a bunch of bullshit, so... Welcome in, welcome in. Love the Fire Nation ships. Oh, I know, they're so... Here, I'll show you what I was working on then. I was explaining how I wanted to do something. I'm working on an airship right now, in-game. And we have this ship over here, which is based off Zuko's ship. Obviously, we changed it to be a catamaran, and also ice. But this is kind of the faction we're currently working on, Magic. This is a custom faction I've made that we're kind of fleshing out today. So we're going to be talking about the world building behind it. We're going to be talking about what's the other words I'm looking for here? The lore, just tons of stuff like that, right? So we have the NZ to do it. So I describe my job as probing men down under. Oh god, Joe doesn't love it. How you can imagine. Looks like the ship that is frozen on the South Pole. That's exactly what the inspiration for was, actually. So I was rewatching Atla with my partner at the time. Because I had fought up this faction quite a few years ago. And we were rewatching Atla and we got to the South Pole scene and I was like, oh, that'd be so cool to make an FTD faction based off of it. And then I just didn't do it until this year. This is one made by the community. This is Gravitas's build. This is the one I originally made. Which is a little bit different, but it's a lot rougher just because it was a prototype. So you can see how the style is evolving quite nicely. I'm very excited for it. Started our first playthrough of FF1 today. Wow. Finished the Earth Temple. Figured it would only be fitting the right to the Archaeologist Vtuber over here. Well, thank you for bringing your community over. It's good to see you all. But also FF1, I haven't thought about that game in years. That's incredible. But yeah. So anyway, that's our plan for today. Oh, anyway, please, by all means, if you're raiding in from Magi's stream, go get food, water, and rest as needed. Magi, I know you probably have to head out soon because you're busy, but it's good seeing you. And if not, then stick around and ask questions and help us world build. So, going back to what I was doing, I need that. Where's my Fire Nation? There we go. Alright, so we still want to put the boilers on the side like I was saying, and probably with a double smokestack. How would we do that? Because we need a triple it's going to be pretty big to hold the turrets anyway, so... Can we put people in the... No, we cannot put people in the boilers, CC. That was a hello, Blue Man. Yeah, I thought I played FF1 like 20 years ago, but it seems that I played free or something back then, since FF1 has limited uses per spell, but you need to recharge. Oh, God! Like D&D, I was gonna say like Pokemon, but yeah, I guess that works too. Okay. I guess theoretically we should get the functionality in first. Did I even get the shaping right on the bottom, actually? I did, okay, we do have this, side portion here, okay. Super cool so far? Yeah, no, I want to go back and, like, play all the games I missed in childhood. Like, I was thinking about it last night, actually. You know the old Robot Wars game? Of anything I could be mentioning right now, there's a game about Robot Wars, which was a series on British Telly. And, they made a game for it, like, in 2005. I remember watching it on YouTube all the time, but I could never figure out how to download it because it wasn't on Steam, right? And so it was one of those things where I was like, oh wow.
Preston,
yeah,
I
what's
have
up?
a message from the field. I think you mean Drawdrawgrowthrawshrapranrat.
You know what? I don't think I do. I do not mean that. Alright. Let's get this. Why is that like this? I know why that's like that. Okay. Because that's part of the building. That's why it's like that. Put this here. Make it secondary. Yeah, we'll figure out our building for today. Alright, the good news is the style is mostly alloy anyway, which means we don't have to worry too much about, like, you know, making it too heavy to float or not. Someone from Germany, I have some thoughts on that. Oh god. My friend had the Robot Wars game? Oh, nice! Do you mean Robot Wars Arenas of Destruction? I do, yes, thank you. I was trying to remember what the subtitle was. That was the exact game I'm thinking of right now. Alright, so that's a pretty solid area, which contains 3 outputs for hoses. So let's imagine this area is solid. Then we want 3 pipe outputs. That's one up from there. That's centered. The answer might shock you. No. Because keep in mind, I'm not trying to do a replica. I do want to make it our own fin, right? But I do want to keep it recognizable. Just because also I love Atlas' style of build and craft. It's always so interesting. Okay, let's start with the center one. How about that? What if we thought about this logically? That would be an insane leap of logic for us. Alright, there we go. Work. Alright, enjoy your work, Magi. My vessel requires sustenance. No worries, please go get food. Anywhere else it gets called BattleBots? Really? Interesting. I've only ever heard it as Robot Wars. I don't miss early 2000s game localization. There we go. So imagine those as the pipes, except realize that they're not supposed to curve there, so I was kind of an idiot. I was kind of a dum-dum here. Because this is the end, like this is the entry point. Alright, there we go. And then up here is where it curves. One second, I'm trying to figure out how I would have this curve. Working with a pleek, I hate it. You know what, I'm sure that's fine. Both good nerd real. Imagine doing uni work. It's so. What do you? Oh, I just need to finish some uni assignments. Ah, I see. Yeah. You know, I never actually asked Magi what their major was. Now that I think about it, Magi, what's your major when you come back? You gotta hydrate in the stretch. Hey, JJ, it's good to see you. Oh. No, dude, I socialized by running a chess club. As someone who is really high up in their chess club. Nerd. Alright. Yeah, because like, how would I have it curve upwards, right? Alright, you know what? We'll figure out the shape on that later. Doesn't matter. We have the ports, though, because that's where the pipes are going to come from to come into the apparatus up here. So that means how big do we make the apparatus up here? Well, we need enough for props to probably have about... I want them to have about 2 blocks of room, I think. So let's put this... So let's assume the props go out here. Wait, it's going to be too chonky, I wonder. See, the issue is with the avatar design, the props are in the little, like, nook here. But with FTD design, that means that they're going to be very inefficient because blocked. You can see my my problem with this. Hey, Basil, how's it going? Good to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, there we go. Hit them with the sit spice, actually. I hope you're doing okay. Slowly coming back to health. That's great to hear. The more I like my partner, the worse I play chess. So fair. Keep hitting the 2000 ELO wall. It's a hard wall to get past. I only ever hit 1700, so I get it. Soulboy, I think they can tell. I'm not going to read that out loud, but I genuinely think they can tell, Soulboy. I think we all know it too. 1700 feet, eh? Yeah, and then it's funny, because that was back when I was a lot younger. And then when I got back into chess during COVID, I just lost it all. I couldn't do it anymore, because I guess maybe ADHD too strong, or maybe I just wasn't hyper-fixated enough on it like I was when I was a kid, because I loved chess as a kid. But, yeah, I am no longer that good at the game, sadly. Alright, let's have you about free out from here. Power Blade. Doing okay, Rosen. Been up all night, but my sleep has been fucked, which is kind of normal. Yeah, that's okay. As long as you're doing okay. Alright, so put that little guy there. That puts him room. Get some room there. And there's 3 of them. Scale. I hate scaling, I hate scaling, I hate scaling. Alright, let's put one here. There we go, that should be good. Prop is big enough and being in the nook wouldn't be a problem. Yeah, but the props aren't big enough, that's the issue. Hence why being in the nook is the problem. We were talking about it's just King of the Hill. What? How did... Played chess with a coworker recently and we laughed our asses off because we both said they do the stupidest moves in a match of frontline kins. Hell yeah. It's just... chess.com, when I can focus, I have around 2150. That makes sense. Yeah, chess.com, it's a lot higher than FIDE. Like, I never anticipated how much easier online is compared to over the board. I think it's less pressure, like mentally. And like I always did fine over the board. Like, you know, I wasn't like taking any stupid losses. But it's always one of those things that's interesting too. Because I won a few tournaments back when I was like, what was it, grade 3? Grade 3 to grade 5 was probably my strongest point in chess. Like where I'd actually be doing tournaments and winning them. But aside from that, I never really got into it much past that. Which honestly, kind of story of my childhood. I would get into stuff like really hyper-fixated, get really good at it, and then just kind of move on. Which is like, you know, I had a lot of experiences growing up, which is nice, but... It's one of those things where I do kind of wish maybe I had sat down and actually focused on something. I say as if I'm not playing FTD for almost 2 years straight now, just working on designs. Yapping with you guys. We're almost at our 2 years, guys. It's crazy. I always win chess games. The opponents never know what to do when I pull out the eat their pieces gambit. Oh, God. What is that? I mean, he has property, he can afford it. What? What did I miss? What have I missed? Hold on a second. You can see me scrolling in chat because I'm zooming in on game. Did I miss something? I'm seeing what like Basil replied to it. I'm trying to figure out what it was they replied to. 4 years of FTD. Yeah, because I've been back since 2022. Oh god. I think at this point I've been here longer than I was originally. No, because it's 2014 to 2017. Yeah, I've been here longer this stint than I was the first time I played. Playing playing chess with a pigeon. No matter how good you are, the bird's gonna shit on the board and strut around like it won anyway. I always love that quote. Maybe I should space them out more vertically, I think. Yeah, let's move them up one. I know right now it's also just because the props are like chunky on default, which is always annoying. But, there we go. So when we thin those out, that will look better. I'm not worried about that. Okay, there we go. Let's get those guys in here. Oh, and the little stubby one down here. There we go. That just doesn't look long enough, does it, chat? Well, if we only have one part of the rear blocked out, I think we should be fine to, Here, let me open my blinds 1 second. Oh god, it's dark outside too. Oh, what a dreary day. Alright. Started playing FTD late September 2021, enjoyed FTD in early October, that's fair. I started 20 years ago. No, oh god, 11 years ago, and then took a break. Does this look big enough, chat? Nah, I think we should do free meter. So move him up here, move him down here. Yeah, it'll be a little bit blocked by the balloon, but you know what? What's a little inefficiency in life, chat, you know? Sometimes you gotta just love inefficiency. Clearance is 99% right now, which means it'll be like, probably like 80-ish% by the time I'm done the apparatus to use these. There we go. Yeah, that looks better. That makes more sense. And then we can make him thinner and longer when we get a chance. Alright, I'm happy with that. You bet the D in archaeology? What do you mean you didn't focus on it? Well, archaeology was kind of like a side note. Keep in mind, I never intended to go into archaeology. It's just where I ended up. Carson, thank you for the 20 months. Incredible. Also, 20 months of roast. I know, that's wild to think about. Like I said, 4 more months and we'll be at our 2-year mark, chat. Soulboy, you should subscribe now for that comment. You should subscribe now. You can make prop blades invisible and change the angle variety in the menu. Oh, neat. So I don't want to necessarily make them invisible. I'm trying to modify the look of it. Hey, Syrup, thank you for the 12 months. Wow, you've been here a year now. Oh. Thank you guys so much. I was gonna say, man, we're really supportive today. No, I think it's just like today is like the first FTD stream in a while, so this is just when everyone renews. You know what, Soulboy? Pin of shame. Pin of pride, oh god. Spin blocks and wins only. Oh my god. I don't know, I like the prop system. I think it's really cool. Alright. Yeah, and then we'll have more engines at the back down here as well, so. And that'll probably include side jets when I turn the exhaust off, just for maneuvering. Because this is going to be probably, this is probably going to be at least a hard carrier design. Judging by the volume. I'm hoping to, I'm hoping to not have it go over 20k. With the fighters, so. We'll see how that goes. Oh, my archaeology. Well, no. So when I said side note, I mean like when I was in school, I wasn't intentionally going for archaeology, right? I had other plans that I was planning on, and then those plans didn't work out because of, you know, extenuating circumstances. So archaeology was kind of what I ended up in. I'm still very appreciative of it. I wouldn't be where I am today without, you know, archaeology. It's given me a lot in life, but just one of those things where life doesn't work out how you expect it to sometimes, but that's okay. Sometimes it's just part of the fun. All right. Person's original plan was Twink Toy. No. Right, do I want to move these back one? Actually, I kind of do. Oh, actually, that leads to question two. I could probably, like, double up the props if I really needed the extra energy out of them. Probably won't, but I'm just saying I could. God, I fucking love this song. I'm so excited for tomorrow. I've been joking with my friends where it's like, what if I just do like a 24-hour stream tomorrow for E5? Because you need about 13 hours if you're playing on speed 5 to get from 1337 to 1837. We won't be playing on speed 5, so we're probably gonna be like, it's gonna be a long haul tomorrow. I'm gonna be meal prepping after stream today, so today's stream's gonna be a little bit shorter than usual because I'm gonna be meal prepping, and then I'm going to be preparing for tomorrow's 24-hour stream. So hi, I'm so bad I don't know what you're talking about. Also, everyone wants a tall boy. Basil live on stream saying they want a tall boy. I see how it is. Alright, let's get some alloy here. Let's assume we do something like this, yeah? Now, I know that the engine block is a little bit darker than the side cup canvas. Oh my god, Chad was addicted to rocks at a young age. Oh my god. Are we gonna have the rock trade now alongside the wood trade? All my school friends also got addicted to rocks. You can never be too tall to twink, just more twink to have. What's it? I never fell into archaeologist said the addiction wasn't strong enough, I guess. Somebody went to a boys' school, so he had a large data set. I do not agree. I have personal okay, you guys are trying to disprove each other. Okay, begun the twink wars have in chat. You, Carson, you guys have fun with that. All right. Question on coloring. What are we thinking here? Do we want a dark blue similar to the outside here, or do we want to keep the engine block white similar to the skin of the canvas? Because on the ships, the majority of the color is actually that secondary color, followed by white being just for the superstructure, right? And then it actually, you know what, we have precedent. The majority of the engine stuff is already blue, so we're gonna keep this blue. Asks for opinion, immediately disregards chat's opinion, based off sound logic. Say I didn't say anything, don't Freudian slip me. So Freudian. So, Basil, you spelled Freudian as if it's like c'est froid, which is like cold in French. Freud, the German guy, was F-R-E-U-D. Froggy slip. The Republic versus the Separatwinks. Oh my god. Oh, Em and I were on Arrow stream last night for Hollow Knight, and I ended up getting to explain to Arrow what the alliance to Restore the Republic was versus the Empire, and it was very funny. Freud, as in Freud. Thank you. Yes, driver. Guys, don't cold sweat me. No, sorry, I have to be cold now. C'est froid. All right. Okay, I like the placement of that a lot better with the offset, I think. So what we're gonna do actually is let's have these as if they're like almost like attached onto the outside instead of being fully circular. How do we feel about that? Because they're very bulbous on the anime ship, like airship, but I don't really like bulbous props. Not a fan. Could even just do something like this, I guess, honestly. Finally, something worse than Freud, the French. Oh my god, guys. The French isn't... You know French isn't that bad. Do something like that, maybe. Hmm. I feel like maybe I should put the engine block on first and then worry. I was thinking maybe I start with the props, but honestly, no, I don't think I do. I think we get rid of this. What no mirror mode does to an MF. We'll start on this side then. There we go. Chad, are you behaving? I see you going rapidly in the corner of my eye. Carson, are they behaving? Alright. There we go. I like the pipe placement down below. Because I think that will be the detail color, which is this like yellow, basically just deep butter guard tan-ish. So we can keep that almost like a brass, because we're going to be making this metal. We're going to deco this with metal, don't worry. So that part works fine. One of these days I'll learn how to do an L joint with piping in this game. But in the meantime, I'll just have Corey do it when I get a chance to throw this at him. Because I know he loves working on my projects instead of his own personal custom fleet. You know what Freud would change to? He's going to propose katana-shaped propellers. Didn't we, I thought we talked about that for the plane already, didn't we? Who's up placing the pipe? Oh god. No, we are not. Just don't trust the tallest wing. They always end up being switches. Never trust the switch. What is that? What happened to you? Carson blocking you. No. This airship's so good I want to lay my pipe on it. Oh my god, guys. It feels like the... I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember, oh, what's the name of the show? I'm actually, Magic School Bus with like, please let this be a normal stream with the slow boy? No way. Alright. Now, do we want ice? Well, actually, no, because the ice is like around the boilers for the craft is like the one place where the ice normally isn't going. Also, Gravitas made some Mon, which is like Japanese heraldic arms, for the faction. And I think right here is probably the best spot we could put it. What is... Okay, why is my Twitch bugging out so hard? Hello, game? Do something? There we go, that's better. Use the Rorschach personality in a normal setting. Hopefully, horrific things would happen. We can only pray. There we go. Alright, but yeah, right here I think would be a good like little place for one of the Mon tablets. Placements, you know what I'm trying to say. Just a circle with the little Mon on it would be really cool at the back there. And then have one at the front as well. New Mistress looks like I'm... What? Pretty good suggestion. Yes, of course you remember. It's not that old, right? It's like 20 years ago now. That was a show from the 90s. Hopefully Rorson would be executed on the spot for heresy. Why would I be executed if Slowboy uses the roar stream personality? That's not my fault. It's like Tuesdack when he roar speaks to his mom. That's not my fault. That's Tuesdack's fault. Still really funny though, but not my fault. What's the sign say? Somewhere in Carson. Thank you, Carson. Yes, Carson did do the balloon shaping on this, and I'm very happy with it. Tuesday Roar spoke to his mom. Yes, this was a few months ago. We were in VC yapping about, because they use Roar Speak so fluently, and he was like, oh yeah, I accidentally said something in Roar Speak to my mom the other day. I was like, oh my god, you didn't. They did. It was very funny. Whoops. Alright, I think I want that shape for the windows. And then having the curve and down shape. Ooh, okay, that's going to be annoying to make. Actually, no, it's not. What am I saying? I've done this before. What do I mean? I've done this before. So the glass is red here, but on the Ashigaru, what color did we make the glass? It was trim color. Right. Okay. Arg, 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 Sponge Boy Bebop. Okay. That's metal. That's... Jesus Christ, can I... Hello? The lights are on, but no one's home today. Alright, let's do this. God, for once, I wish this game just worked how I wanted it to. A few months ago... Actually, how is Momsen doing? Momsen's doing pretty good. I got to see her in October. It was pretty good. She was there when I had the wipe up and almost took out my hip. Scared the shit out of her. That was fun. And then, yeah, no, she's just... she's setting up a gaming PC soon so she can join me for a few games, which will be nice. But aside from that, she's enjoying life. Tuesday did what? Oh, I feel bad out in Tuesday when they're not here to defend themselves. Someone quick, go in the VC and get Tuesday. Carson, go, go, go. I assume he's in the VC. I'm actually not sure. There we go. Alright, so something like this is probably what we'd have. That feels honestly, I feel like it needs a little bit more. Maybe we do round it off here. Also, you know, I kind of enjoyed... No, I think we make this one up here oblique. On this episode, we're going to make everything oblique and round. Alright, let's, no, Everway. There we go. There we go. There we go. And we're going to do the same thing down here. Oh, right. You can't do hide mesh on glass, can you? Fuck. Okay, that sucks. Oh, I hate glass decos. Okay, so let's leave that there. Then just get rid of the glass. I'm a genius. And then in order to make that solid... I don't know, we'll just put like wood there or something. Let's just use alloy. Let's keep consistent with the texturing. There we go. Not what I wanted. This. Hide. There we go. And then right here as well. Not being able to mesh hide glass is, I'm gonna be having a word with the devs about that. That's annoying. And by that I mean I'm just gonna be like, hey, is this like possible to fix? I forgot the devs actually follow the stream now. I have to be careful when I say I'm gonna friend the devs. Because they will call me out for my bullshit. What is happening? For what? That was your mom? She was there? No, I'm saying she's like...
I have a message from the field. Sean would kill you if you mention glass.
I don't know. Alright, well, how much of chat did I miss? That was your mom? She was there. Well, no, I'm saying like she's enjoying life right now. It's good. Has there been any changes to Mumsen's favorite chatters list? I didn't actually ask her, but when I was home, she did bring up Carson. Because she asked a question. So, we know that she at least finds Carson relevant enough to ask questions about. So... Like, I kind of want to feel the opposite. I want it to be smaller and more like the ship bridges. Really? So what I'm imagining, I was kind of imagining an inter-service rivalry with these two. Like, the air branch versus the naval branch would be, you know, quite a lot of rivalries. We could make it more like... well, actually, the glass sloping downwards is kind of already like the naval one. It's just this is on a bigger scale. I could make it 2 instead of 4. But, like, we could still have the, you know, like, the Kabuto up here with, like, the helmet crest. So, I don't think it's going to be exactly dissimilar to the current superstructure style. My therapist knows your name versus my mom knows your name. Oh my god. Place the glass of alloy. Yep. Apparently he roar spoke to Two's mom. Whoa, upon ye. That's already happened. Yeah, Arrow, be nice to Basil. Or we're gonna have a banish Arrow button soon. It's a huge forehead and it feels a little bit too modern. It's a airship. I guess, I might be able to reduce it down to free, I think, actually. A little bit of a sharper curve, right? I like the top shape up here. It's like, I like the shaping of it. It's just the height that we're kind of discussing right now. Hey, I'm almost done with decoing the cat shark. Huge. The best part about arrow streams is that the banished roasted button is more expensive than just shooting people. Got my first therapist to retire early. I see. Once a gorilla, always a gorilla. What? Reasonable Carson is very cool. Son of Car is relevant. But yeah, so going back to what I was talking about, sorry. Yeah, so we were, I forgot what she asked, but we were talking about that. So I feel like Carson's still up on the list. As far as I'm aware, Merxie is still her favorite streamer. And then I figure what else? What else did we talk about? We didn't talk a lot about content because I was kind of taking a break from content, and I was on I completely just removed myself from any content stuff when I was on vacation, which was nice. Honestly, it was a nice change of pace. I realized I'd gotten what's it called? Like just, you know, not too much into it. I don't want to put it like that, but I was getting super busy with it, and I just needed a break, right? So we could do free here, or we could do 2. Now that I'm looking at this. So I could do it like this, right? And then only have the one. Actually, you know what? I kind of like that lip underneath because that provides the handhold for the balcony, which will inevitably be there. So, yeah, let's do free. Because that way it's still bigger. Because keep in mind, this is a larger. So this in here is 1. This is the smallest one. So I think that actually works. And then we'll be able to put the lip around for the balcony. He has the little, like, oh my god, he looks like he has a little nasal helm. You know, like those old helmets from medieval, Almost done with decoing the cat shark? Oh, nice. I didn't pick about the cat shark. What did Bumps ask about me? I honestly don't remember. I think it just came up in conversation. Yeah, the specificity justifies higher payment. Got you home. Imagine not being your own mother's favorite streamer. Well, to be fair, Merxie plays with the Switch axe like my mom does, whereas I am a gun lance user, so. Won't be able to be here for long. Hope you have a good stream. No worries, have a good one, Cruiser. But also, it's kind of nice that my mom's getting more into Twitch culture too, right? Like, it's kind of cool that I'm not my mom's favorite streamer. Because, you know, that means like, she's really adopting the Twitch culture. There we go. To be fair, I think I'm still my mom's most watched streamer. Like, let's not get me wrong here, right? Like, I think my mom is incredibly supportive of this. Trader to your Switch axe blood, but we could do something like that if we don't want to do the balcony. I kind of like that shape in there, honestly. That's like clean, you know. And then because we're gonna have the catwalks all around anyway for the hangar part. So I'm kind of okay with this, actually. Gunlance is best because no other weapon allows you to charge up and explode all over the monsters. Charge blade, switch axe, both allow that with certain files if you do blast files. So that is where you are wrong, my friend. Sharing your streaming information with any family is a wild choice. They would have found it anyway. They're online. Like both of them have me on Discord. They would have seen me streaming. I'm not gonna make an entire new account just to, set up streaming. It's also fun because it's, I don't exactly do anything like bad on stream. Imagine if they saw the chat. My mom actively reads chat. That has nothing to do with Freud. What are you on about? I do have a bad... Yeah, exactly. Which is why Soulboy... Yeah, Soulboy, you have been slipping though lately, because I know as of the last Mumston tier list, you were no longer at the top. So streaming, I mentioned it to my mother, my entire extended family was immediately informed. Yeah, that sounds about right. No, my mom lets me tell my family as I want. And I talk about it occasionally, but it's just... the majority of my extended family sees it more as a really cool business idea, the way I go about it, which is nice. But I really, I'm sorry I have a supportive family, that's the best I can say. But, like, no, I really haven't faced much, if anything, the person who's given me the most flack for it has been my brother, because he tried streaming back in the day. And, but even, like, now, because, like, I was at a bonfire with him and his coworkers, in October. And he was like, oh yeah, I tried streaming back in the day and I got nowhere near the numbers that I'm getting like within 2 years, right? Because he streamed for quite a few years and only ever hit like double digits for followers, single digit like viewers, right? Whereas me, I started off with double digit viewers and now we're in quadruple digit followers. It's crazy. Hey, call me Riley, welcome in. Wish more games like this were made? Well, you're in luck. Guess who has access to Game 2? No, not allowed to talk about it today. But I do occasionally stream the second game that the company is making. So by all means, please drop a follow and ask questions away. NDA breach, no, go. Arrow, I knew you were a Fed. The secret is being an anime boy? No, because keep in mind, there was a long time I was streaming. Well, actually, I say a long time. There was a few months before I became a VTuber where I was streaming, right? And you guys were still super supportive of me, and it was very much appreciated. I ain't a Fed, this is a citizen's arrest. NDA breach, woo, oh god, Potet, no. The anime boy does boost your numbers. That I can say yes. Yes, the anime boy has, it was very much okay, wow, I see we're doing well now once I got the anime boy, but I was, you know, decently successful before the anime boy as well. Anime twink def when? Great question. I'm imagining Sean screaming NDA like Gmod scream RDM. One second, I'm gonna open my window. It's starting to get warm in here, but that's actually really funny. Oh my god. But no, in my defense, I have not said anything about the game that Sean has not said first. Rustin, I started watching specifically because of the VT part. Yeah, but I had the VT part before I've had the VT part. You know what I mean? Like, you were here before I had the model, Swellboy. First message in the Roar chat was where model. You know what? That actually is true. That was your first message, wasn't it? How many chats do you have now? If I open your chat history, what are we at? We're at 7 warnings, 80 timeouts, and 2 bans, and 999 messages. Or plus messages, so you probably have over... Yeah, 0 mod comments somehow, though. I'm surprised none of the mods have commented on you yet. Holy criminal record, Batman. What's Moonpod? Because I know Moonpod was also... okay, so for record, back when I first started, Slowboy, Moonpod, and Bongo were in a contest to see who could get the most timeouts. Moonpod has 2 warnings, 16 timeouts, and 0 bans. Hey, what was that about NDA? Oh, no, so I have access to Game 2 from this company, Araya, and I got to show it off on Monday on stream. Last Monday. And so anytime I talk about it, chat likes to go NDA breach, even though I'm only talking about stuff that I've already shown. My freak is unmatched. I have to see Bongo's. I don't remember Bongo's. He's probably about the same for timeouts as you. I have 1 timeout if I remember correctly. Yes, you have exactly 1 timeout. I accidentally hit 2 stack with a mod comment thinking it was slow boy. 1680 now, Swellboy is a lot ahead of me. Yeah, well, you've also become a mod, so I can't time you out as a joke anymore. Because it means you lose your mod. Oh, whoops. Sorry, the NDA is under NDA. Also, Araya. So, I got to reuse all those Hollow Knight little sketches you made back when I was playing Hollow Knight, because Arrow was playing Hollow Knight last night, and I got to coach them. It was a fun time. Oh god, chat. Jesus Christ, chat. You can slow it down a little bit. Alright. I have no criminal record. That is that true? Oh yeah, you're at 000 with over 1,000 messages. 19th March 2024 is your follow. Yeah, so you were one of my first followers. That's crazy. Because you made that. I don't know if you made that account, or if you logged back into that account to follow me. I have to look at Serb's stats. Can have criminal record if you commit a crime in a country that doesn't exist anymore. I guess, yeah, that makes sense. Which curse food do I have to make to get mod again? I'll let Carson decide that. He's in charge of mod applications. All right. So now let's actually add a little bit of trim on the outside where we can hang ice off of, I think. Oh, my nose. I had like such a bad bloody nose the other day. It sucked. All right. We got our little trim. So we're probably gonna, yeah. Also, okay, I don't know why, but this song right now that's playing, I was talking with Corbett, or I talked to Corbett, not really with him because he was streaming the other day. But this one reminds me of a song. I forget what it was. Oh, Goron City from Legend of Zelda. I don't know why, but this song's playing right now specifically always reminds me of Goron City. There we go. Oops, I gotta be careful with that because I don't want the ice on the inside. There we go. Alrighty, and then yeah, inside will be wood, as always. Yeah, I kind of like that. I imagine having like the ice drip off from there in like little chunks. That works quite well for us. Sheep setting for anyone else, it's fucking bad on my end. I was asking about that because it's stuttering on my end as well. If we're working out, have a good one. Look at my head, and Arrow was hating on the innocent grubs. I know, right? Arrow hates the grubs. Forgot if Basil was a shiny rock or not, but they just rejoined the Discord so I gave them the shiny rock. Yes, Basil was a shiny rock. Thank you for handling that. Your chat is insane and I'm sorry that your mom reads it. Honestly, this is probably the cleanest chat has been in a while. Okay, what's Soulboy's mod? I need to see Soulboy's mod comment. You just put mod comment. You're not gonna... Well, so mod comments are literally just so you can tell me, hey, what's wrong with this person? A couple of people who have timeouts even though they did nothing wrong because I timed out a couple of people for no reason when I was a mod. That makes sense. I feel like for the most part, we very rarely have to time people out here though. Hey, Scarlet's Kitsune, welcome in. I'm not. No, you are now, Basil. Don't worry. You know what? Actually, I will handle all of that. Do you have all the rolls back, Junior? Okay, good. You do. Yeah. Even the fins are okay. I'm wondering what it takes to get punished. Honestly, it's just like, you know, overdoing it or, you know, just being an asshole. Like, I really don't punish many people because, you know, I laugh at a lot of stuff. It takes a lot to get, you know, to get banned and shit like that. Just follow the rules and do your best. All right, let's have this outline the entire area. And then remember that we can't do that because we need the armor. There we go. Yeah, because I like the idea of having this have like the icicles hang off of it and then the catwalk comes out of this. I think that's how we're going to do this. Well, the catwalk's further down actually, so the icicles will hang over the catwalk. And I'm sure that will not be an OSHA violation. I still need to figure out how I want to do a figure. I really don't want to do a figurehead for this. So obviously for the Fire Nation one, it's kind of like, I want to say it's kind of like a dragon head for the figurehead at the front of the airship. Finally coming out of my FDA hiatus, might actually finish my CC this time. Hell yeah. Apparently not cannibalism anymore. I think Carson's just given up because that way you'll stop. It's like attention seeking, right? Carson doesn't give you the attention you want, you stop. What is armor if not ship meat? That's a good question. Yeah, I'm working on my CC right now, Scarlet. We're working on the Ice faction. It's based off the Fire Nation from Atla, combined with a little bit of Republic City from Korra, and then obviously just a lot of Ice. This is a build that Gravitas made based off one of my earlier style guides, and I'm really enjoying it. But I feel like this mantlet here needs some ice on it. I don't know why. I really like this idea, but with the ice as the mantlet cover. So basically, for those of you who may have not seen this faction anymore, because I honestly don't build it nearly as much on stream as I should. Pretty much the way it works is the alloy is kind of a skin to put the ice on top as armor. So that's why all the ice is metal, and then the alloy is like all the hull is alloy, because that way it's kind of like double layered, and it actually works. It's surprisingly effective as armor, especially with these weird shapes. It really bounces stuff off really well. Do you sometimes wonder why mod comments can't be deleted when I still moderated all they being used for was banter between mods and, well, they're around forever now? Yeah, that makes sense. If it makes you feel better, as a streamer, I can't delete my own messages in chat. This has led to a very funny situation, which I will not go into detail with, but it was quite funny. Or discovers metal over alloy armor. Well, I never build with alloy, that's the thing. Absolutely fine if you can Potat to give the turrets a spruce up. Yeah, we might. I don't know. I kind of like them as they are. Like, I feel like they need some work, but they're not the worst. Like, they're structurally, they're really good, you know what I mean? Like, you have the rangefinder incorrectly. You got the little, I'm still not sure what I want to do with the kanji, like, rune system. If I want to put it on the turret, or if I want to have it floating above, like how Potat and I did it. We'll figure it out. You can have the figurehead looking down on the bow of the blimp part. I don't know about looking down. I was going to have it slope upwards, probably. I just don't, I wasn't going to copy a dragon. I was going to try and figure out something else I may want for it. But like, what animals are really associated with ice? I know there's frost dragons, but I'd rather not copy every, like, what animal would we, actually, you know what? Let's talk about that. Let's get into some lore here, chat, while I'm taking a break from building. Because I need to look at that and figure out what I want to do for it anyway. Ow. Did I just get a banana from it? What fucking shortcut was that? 0 is for the rocks. Yeah, that's how I throw rocks at myself, but... Ow, fuck, ow. Interesting. Yes, did you hit F9? Oh, yeah, F9 is the hide. Okay, I see it. Thank you, Basil. Fox? Okay, I can see a fox being, like, you know, kind of like the Kitsune mask, but I don't know if that... I've been playing a lot of Persona 5, so... I just unlocked Yusuke. Think of it as potential Potat VT content. Cool, now I'm being delegated to build my chat as well. I will build up a criminal record if this keeps up, mates. Oh, polar bear, okay. Yeti, the issue is, you kind of want an animal with a snout for something like a figurehead, right? Especially with this, because we want it to kind of extend out. One of the options I was thinking of was actually kind of like a unicorn. Like, you know, kind of like Glass Strider from Pokemon. Like, just an ice unicorn. But I don't know if that really matches, because that's kind of European folklore with Japanese. And, like, as funny, as based as it would be to have the snow woman from Japanese folklore as the figurehead, I do not want to have to try and deco silk onto a craft in ice. Oh, you know what? Okay, Narwhal's kind of cooking. Narwhal is actually kind of cooking. That's a cook of an idea. Dragonflies too. It's not gonna work. Dragonflies will have symbology elsewhere in the campaign. I will not stream. But Potat, what if I jingle like little OBS and Twitch money in front of you? Well, why not, Rosen? No, dragonflies don't work because they're gonna be elsewhere in the campaign. White fox, very Japanese. What about giant squid? I feel like giant squid doesn't really. Giant squid's a little bit too brutalist. It doesn't really fit the regalness of this faction. The fox idea works. Narwhal, I love the idea. I just don't know if I could get it to work. Hey, Dreek, how's it going? Why not put silk as silk heart? Have you ever tried to make... Okay, so you know how like you have all those old statues where they model silk and stone? Like the sculptors? Imagine that. I do not want to do that. Polar bear? Yeah, we were talking about that. Just when he's like fucking pennies and pocket lint compared to what I earn with my actual job, however. Well, yeah, so you just do both, obviously. Japanese folklore is very humanoid heavy, I know. I've done a lot of research into it for this this project. It's been very fun so far. Okay, and sculptors did it, so oh my god. But you know what, Basil, you're right. I should make Potet model silk in this. You're so right, Basil. That is something we should put on Potet to do. Draw a picture of what you want it to look like. And, well, we're trying to figure out what I want it to look like. That's the issue right now. Because I've been thinking about it, like, polar bear, it would be regal, but I think it's, I don't know, it doesn't flow as well, though. It's the flow that I'm looking for right now. And like, so obviously the original art that I'm basing this off of has a dragon. We could also just do an ice bow, kind of like what the ship has there. If you look at the sea lion head, no. Sky bison, snow bison, polar bear dog. Just do a dragon anyway. I could just, also, I was thinking I could just also just do an iceberg. Kind of like the bow of the ships, right? A crane, maybe? Oh, you know what? A crane kind of cooks. Because like it doesn't have to be an animal. That's a fair point. We could just do ice, kind of like that pattern there. A crane would work though, because that would represent. Like, do we want a crane to represent the Air Force? That could be pretty interesting. Egret. Ice dragons do go hard. Might be biased because Sona is the ice dragon. Ah, fair. Just saw the river home get hit by its own glide bombs. Bother Paphos with that. That's not my project. Don't cranes represent peace though? Do they? I'm actually not sure. I can just send dirty little egret. No, we're definitely not doing an egret now. Anyway, we're in ads now. Sorry for the ads. We'll sit here yapping. You won't, unless you're subscribed. No, you're not gonna miss much if you're not subscribed. No, all good ideas. I'm just trying to envision what would flow best. I feel like crane is probably the best we had so far, because you could easily do like wings made of ice over the side of the blimp, like decoratively. Just the roar disgust emote. Thank you, Basil. That's crazy. Egret is a symbol of tranquility and enlightenment. Yeah, I wouldn't want to use that then. Articuno. As funny as it would be to use a Pokemon. No, I think crane is probably. So imagine like winds of ice draped down the side. Like imagine like, you know, the winds come back this way, and then the bird like kind of like gracefully, as if it's about to take off, as the figurehead. But I think we just kind of go. Maybe we just do an iceberg kind of like down here for the bows. Keep it, and then that would keep it like consistent stylistically as well. Because if we do an animal figurehead for the largest airship, which this will probably be the largest airship we have, that means we're going to have to probably do an animal figurehead for the largest ship we have, and I just don't want to fuck with that. You know what I mean? They do have a weasel in Japan. Why would a weasel be an airship, Gravitas? Similar, but maybe heron instead. Maybe, yeah. I think... You know what? For the sake of consistency, I think we don't do animals. Because if we do animals, then it's going to take fucking forever to try and get, I think we're just going to do something like this. Oh, even this like looks kind of like a brow ridge, though, doesn't it? But, we'll figure it out. I can just do a baseline one for now that covers most, because probably you want the ice to go all the way back to this run here, I would say. That would give him a very armored forehead. Maybe just this run here and then have it peter out. Actually, how far does this... Yeah, because the dragon forehead on the Fire Nation ship doesn't go that far back. It only goes to the first run, actually. We'll have it go to the second run. Get some ice. Actually, maybe... I don't know. We'll figure it out. Simply Wolf. Oh, God. You know what? I do still have it, don't I? Okay, it's not in here. Where did I put... I know I have it in here for sure. We could bring him back, Pota. We have the technology. Where is he? Do I not have him here? No, I have him in here. I have to. What? He's not in here? Alright, well, he's in our DMs somewhere. I could bring him back. We have the technology. Karjal and balls. I actually do love the wolf idea. I just don't know if that makes sense for an Air Force. Fenrir balls mentioned. Karjal and balls. I'm so sorry for most of you who weren't here a year ago to get this. Or 2 years ago now. But, yes, we could bring back the wolf's head. Because you did a fucking fantastic... Oh, you know what? No, let's save the wolf's head for a submarine. Because I realized, you know what? Silver Snow does need a submarine. So we could very easily repurpose that. Fenrir balls instead of like 2022 or something, I don't know. Yeah, that was very early on in in our friendship. And it was incredible. Such a fun, stupid bit. Because wolves make more sense as a submarine than an airship, yeah. Did I use reinforced decking for these? Gravitas, did you use reinforced decking? Okay, good, we did. And also Mr. Gravitas. Okay. Mr. Gravitas, where are your internals? Better question, Mr. Gravitas, why are your internals like this? You could have gone a little bit over volume, you know, you didn't have to cope it this hard, my god. I'll have to rework most of this. And by the time I'm done reworking it, it'll probably get the 8K volume, so maybe I'll just replace the Ronin with this, honestly. I don't know, we'll see. And then I'll rebuild an Ashigaru, because I just realized the internals in that are not great, Mr. I was keeping it the volume. Well, yeah, no, we're gonna have to fix that. Redo the inside, because the inside shouldn't be ice, they should be proper, like, rooms and stuff. Because that's why you have the alloy as the interior skin and the ice as the exterior skin. Soul Boy, are you asking new members about cannibalism again? Factions based on the classical elements? Not quite, no. So the way the factions are based is it's actually based on RPG stats. Specifically, Elden Ring. I was playing Elden Ring one day. Silver Snow Shogunate I had already thought of as a concept by this point. But everything else kind of developed from that Elden Ring game. So we have the Carved Loyalists, which represent intelligence. Crimson Aristocracy, which represent arcane. Dwarves, which are the strength faction, because I don't have a name for them yet. Silver Snow Shogunate, which is the dexterity faction, and then World Walkers, which is the faith faction. So the World Walkers here, you know what? Actually, let's just write up the entire lore of the campaign today, because I feel like I'm not going to get much building done in the next hour. So we can, yeah. Roar CC has interiors, yet Roar refuses to do interiors for roasts. Curious, I know, right? They're based on Elden Ring builds, pretty much, yeah. Should try doing it more. No. But Roar. I assume this is Silver Snow? Yes, this is Silver Snow's faction. But, so let's show off the World Walkers here. So, because when I was originally discussing Faith, who was I talking with? I think I was talking with Arrow, actually. Not that I'd ever admit it. But, I was talking about, like, how would I represent Faith in a non, like, you know, like, super, like, gold blend out church way, right? Because I wanted to try and have I didn't want to step on White Flare's toes too much, right? Because White Flares are very much the faith faction for Neater, but they're kind of like, you know, blood crazed zealots. And I didn't really want to go that direction. So we did druids. I looked at like into a bunch of Celtic faiths, and Morgana helped by providing a lot of Welsh. And so now we have the concept ideally was mine. Henry absolutely executed this flawlessly. But essentially, imagine sail ships that have been grown out of trees. So a mast, for example, is a tree trunk that then grew into a sail. And then obviously modified by the elves in order to be able to use it, right? And a lot of the stonework on the side of these ships is based off the faceplates from Shadow of the Colossus. Because I had just played through Shadow of the Colossus when we were designing this faction. And so that's where a lot of that stonework comes from. And so you can see how I have, like, I've been loving just the way I've been taking influences from areas and incorporating them into everything I'm doing, right? It's been very fun so far. Yeah, so Henry did an incredible interior. And like having the free statues here left us some lore that we could develop and stuff like that, right? So the Afton is meant as a cargo ship, believe it or not. Also, general technology level of the world is like World War I to interwar. So we have like biplanes and like not pre-dreads, but stuff like that, right? Shadow of the Colossus is so good. I know, I played through all of it in 8 hours and it was so good. Bone works today. Hello, Bone. Welcome. 50 synonyms for cannibalism was banned by Automod. Your mom knows about this arrow is the my mom knows about you. Damn. What? Shame I cannot acknowledge wardens instead of acknowledging them. Well, you can just ignore them, but then you can't chat. World War I to interwar, so tumble home everywhere. Pretty much, yeah. So Silver Snow is considered a little bit more advanced because it's not, all tumble homes, but they're also catamarans, so you get into different things there. Anyway, go back to World Walkers real quick, just because we do actually have another example, because this is the Lantine sail style, or just triangular sail. Non-square style, let's put it that way, because I don't know sails enough to confidently yap about them. We have the Welsh word, which I'll never pronounce. We have the Alwyn, the Afnan, and then the Fufahadan, which Morgana will probably come in here and tell me how to pronounce it, and I will forget promptly. But this is Morgana's build from the community. This is, I think this is, I forget what tier of ship it was. I wanted to say ship of the line or like a 5th rate, but I don't remember quite. Yeah, and so they even did like a little figurehead, which I think was really cool. And so you can really see the Welsh inspiration that comes into these ships. Now, obviously, we did all these sail textures and work, and now the sail rework is coming out soon, TM. So this section's kind of been put on hold until the sail rework comes out, and then we can figure out how we want to do more sails. But, oh yeah, I'm building for this. Oh, Dead Horse Welshman. Yeah. I feel bad, because the only time I know this guy is from the Ancient Magus Bride. One of my favorite anime. It's so clean. It's such a good show. Absolutely love it. But, yeah, so that's where we're at right now with the faction. And then, you know, there's these little green bulbs that you'll find around ships. Because this right here is the winter style. World Walker has 4 styles. It's one for each season. As the campaign progresses, you start off in the winter season, which is when they're at their weakest. And then after, you know, 6 in-game hours, so if your speed 10's for like, I don't know the exact time conversions, but if you're turtling, then they'll upgrade to the Sprin one, which is a little bit stronger. They get some of their magic back, right? Because like all the energy weapons in this game or in this campaign count as magic. So for example, Silver Snow has these plasma guns off to the side. That's ice magic. Even the rail guns are a certain type of ice magic, right? How do you get the campaign system to do that? By stealing the Onyx Watch system for their technology progression, because Onyx Watch used to have sail ships, into ironclads, into hybrids, into castle ships. So you can have them just you can have time-based blueprint spawns. 6 hours at half an hour would be about 6 hours at times 10 would be about half an hour. Okay, so maybe I'll up it to 12 hours then, because that means you have an hour to turtle on times 10 before they upgrade. Because that gives you 4 hours, and then you're fighting the end game guys. The game actually did times 10 correctly. Yeah. Okay, that works for me. Anyway. Point being, so you start off in the winter when they're at their weakest, and this is when they're kind of like a Deepwater Guard equivalent. If you wait too long to kill them, they'll start building Sprin designs, which are a little bit stronger. The magic starts to be revived, right? If you leave them even longer, they get their summer designs. The summer designs are going to be kind of like a GT or Steel Strider's hard to godly equivalent. They're going to be insane. 12 hours is quite long for a campaign, unless this is meant to be much longer than neither. I don't know. I'll when I release a demo, I'll be able to tweak it from there. But and then if you survive the summer onslaught, then we'll put it back to fall, which is about like White Flayer's Lightning Hood strength, where they start to go back into hibernation, and then we can't have it cycle without more designs, sadly. So. Whew. But yeah, so it's up to the player if they want to see those designs. If they just want to rush through the campaign and say they beat it, that's fine. But if they want the narrative experience, then yeah, it's going to take them a little bit longer, right? But yeah, once again, you can see the stonework inspired by Shadow of the Colossus. You can see just, you know, the plant work and all those, if this is done correctly, because similar to how the ice is the armor for Silver Snow, we have heavy armor for the magic wood for World Walkers. So you can see how it's structurally done, and then it's decoed on, and it's, you know, it's not the most complete armor system, but like if you hit one of these roots, it's heavy armor instead of normal armor. Does the horse head challenge you to a rap battle like in the real Welsh? You know what? Maybe we can implement that. Will they all be sail ships? Most of them will be, for the ships. There's gonna be some other units in the faction that aren't ships, so. But yeah, for the most part, this is meant to be the beginner faction, so. Mostly just good-looking sail ships. Chat has lovingly described it as, this is just like Deepwater Guard, but harder, and then in parentheses, aesthetically. Which is really funny to me. Let's save this bad boy while we're here. So I think the rest of the stream is just gonna be me yapping. But we did get work on it, which this is the most work we've done on the campaign in a while, so I'm happy with that. Because I've just been, I'm at one of those stages where like, I know what I want, I just don't know how to get there. But I'm happy we got the bridge in. I'm happy we got down here. Actually, maybe we'll work on this more. I'm happy we got the pipes in so we can eventually fit in the engine apparatus once I figure out how I want to build that. Oh, then I will actually build for it. Hell yeah. Yeah, so the reason why people don't want to build for World Walkers, which is completely understandable, is because it requires 4 versions of the same craft, because you got to make one for each season. I'm perfectly fine if people just build me the Winter Edition, which is at its weakest, and then I can spruce it up from there. What do you think of doing snow-capped mountains for the airship aesthetic? That's a good idea. We want to do Roar soon, since it's going to be getting late? No. We're not at 2 hours yet. We do Roar at 2 hours. You got 40 minutes. Yeah, 4 of 1 is insane. It is, but it's for a fun system, right? So what will probably end up happening is I'll probably have someone who's like, you know, if we find someone who's really good at functionality in the game and wants to do the summer style, have them do all the summer style ones. So basically, ideally, the workflow is someone builds a design. I'll have one person work on the fall variant, one on the spring variant, one on the summer variant. Is there a decent builder's guide? I have it all fleshed out in the forum there. But honestly, the best bet is to really just take one of the designs already like done, like the Afton or the Fafnin there, and just do your best. And then we also have the Alwyn, which was, again, so the Ronin was the inspiration craft for Silver Snow. The Alwyn was the inspiration craft for World Walkers. It's not quite done yet, but it's, you know, the concepts are there. So you can imagine, and then this one is obviously a double decker. So you can imagine how this one's gonna go. But yeah, so you get multiple different types of levels of ships here, and it's very fun. I think I'm pretty okay in building functioning when I try. So I could try Sprint or Summer. Hell yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, Sprint and Fall are gonna be the same power level, so I'm not too worried about that. It's just Summer being decently godly that's gonna be the issue, right? What in the OSHA violation is this? I know, rails. Then we have the tree inside here with the moat. Then I just gotta figure out the rest of how I want to do this. So honestly, this may be one of those designs too that with the sail update I'll come back and finish. Because most of the exterior stuff is done. Like in terms of winter style, it's just anything else. Where are my anchors, matey? Yeah, ideally these areas here, these little domes, become plasma turrets. So for this here, you're like, oh, what happens to the tree? Well, it becomes a plasma turret, so imagine the tree just fully grows up and out, right? Yeah, I'm doing ejection until the chain changes mechanics. But the sail update's not going to be that obtrusive, honestly. It's only going to be so, like, I'm going to put bad in quotation marks for me because I actually have a faction completely based on sails. Like, if I wasn't doing World Walkers, the sail update would be so... It'd be nice for Deepwater Guard and Onyx Watch, but it wouldn't matter for my custom campaign. And then Dwarves, I deleted the example. Crimson Aristocracy, I deleted the example. Oh, we have this for the Loyalists. So this was initially just going to be my own style fleet. I haven't really finalized it yet, obviously. But I forget what this is going to be. I think it's going to be a patrol craft or something. I don't know. I don't remember. But Yeah, so just going with a little... Maybe I might round that bow off a bit more. I like the square bow idea. Almost like a troop transport or like a patrol coast craft, but we'll see what I do with it. This faction isn't really done yet. And then... Oh god. Just seeing the bright purple in the background. There we go. Yeah, so the dwarves are going to be... So far, what we have for them is like kind of like ironclads with magma munitions, which is fun. Will the HQ play Vivaldi's Seasons when you fight it? It wasn't going to, but it will now. That's a really fucking good idea. What do you think of a World Walker catamaran like the Polynesian side? I'm down for that if people can make it look good. Actually, okay. I love the idea of that. I don't know if I want to do a catamaran for World Walkers though, because that might step a little bit too much on the Silver Snow's toes. It would have to be really well done. I'm down to see that. It would have to be really well done. Not sure how to get the campaign time. What do you mean? You get it to Hydra, you can get it up to 40 meters a second. Oh, cool. I meant design-wise. Yeah, no, I'm talking design-wise. Like, I think that would be really cool to have. I just don't know if it would work. Maybe a trimaran? No, I don't want a trimaran. Purple and snow goes too hard too. Yeah, no, I do really like... I want to do purple and silver for my faction. Which is really funny, because Silver Snow Shogunate actually doesn't have any silver, it has gold. But Gold Snow Shogunate just didn't have the same ring to it. Every time Roasting coughs, I restrain myself from saying he's dying, he's dead. Yeah, but they're really distinct because they're so asymmetrical. You know what, that's fair, yeah. We could probably... Yeah, honestly, Blue Man, just try it. Honestly, just try it. I'll tell you if I like it. I don't want you to, you know, put a lot of effort into something and me go, I don't know, you know, because I feel mean doing that. Yeah, but yeah, dwarves will have magma rounds, so they're gonna be like the full-on incendiary faction. Because the dwarves, I was discussing it with Potat. I want them to have mostly incendiary or kinetic rounds and not much else. Maybe a little bit of high explosive as long as there's incendiary with it. But don't eat cold and snow. It's not silver snow, it's silver snow. Silvers? No. Say it everywhere and I call it time. Morrison's tired of my jokes. I'm not tired of your jokes. But the maybe patrol craft looks like one of those wedges you put under a door. Say, where do I find these World Walker crafts so I can try and inspire myself? I think the Afnin should be in the download section in the... So if you go to the forums for Ruins of Carfion, which are on my server there, exclamation mark Discord if you're not in my Discord yet. Yeah, FTD section, Ruins of Carfion, World Walker's Guide has the Afnin V4. It also has a screenshot of me saying I have a stupid fucking idea about, well, times for my workload for no reason. Yeah, it also has the entire guide of what's allowed functionality-wise. So, I will let y'all have fun with that. No, my coffee! Fuck! I almost knocked over my coffee off my desk. Yellow snow. Yeah, don't eat the yellow snow. That's why we did silver snow instead. Revenge for the hardly nowhere jokes. Basil doesn't make the hardly nowhere jokes. I make the hardly nowhere jokes. Oh, what else can I show off? I can show off more Silver Snow, I guess. Silver Snow is by far the most fleshed out faction. Even without, you know, it has two designs done. Actually, okay, it's tied with World Walkers for having the most fleshed out faction because both have two designs done. But so far for Silver Snow, we have this for the little biplane here, which I love this little guy. This is probably my favorite build I've ever done. Quarry helped out with the engine stuff, but like the original like spin blocked wings and the design. Oh, I love this craft. It's so much fun. And the little box in the back, I was very proud of that. But yeah, so this is based off the Equalist biplane from Legend of Korra. Hardly snow her. Oh my god. Gravitas, welcome back. No silvers around here, just blues and golds. Basil, I hardly know. Oh my god. By the by, did you see the ever design I put in ROC General? I did not, no. Unless I replied to it, in which case I'll tell you I did, but I probably didn't look at it. Oh, I see the tree one, yes. Alrighty. Made a wooden plate, biplane inspired base. Oh, did you? Nice. Yeah, no, this is one of my favorite designs, and this is gonna be a little torpedo bomber. So this is the Yumi, and then the Yari, or is this the Yari? This is the Yari, and then the Yumi will be a monoplane fighter. Mom, stand there, boy. It's my mom here today. I haven't been messaged yet, so I don't know if she's actually paying attention. Stop, they're already dead. Yuri, I love you. Oh, no. I said the Yumi and the Yari. The Yuri and the... Oh, God. Yeah, so these will be the parasite fighters for the Kurakami once it's a little bit more done. Very vocal that torpedo bombers should carry dumb nuke torpedoes. I don't want a dumb nuke torpedo. I'm just going to have a torpedo. Is it ironic I have a biplane without the same engine layout? Maybe, I don't know. It's a solid engine layout, right? Like I said, I based it off Avatar's Equalist biplane. That's why it has like the Sopwith bend and the winds and all that for the biplanes, but I'm very... Oh, shit. I just put a block. I'm very happy with how it is right now. And then just once I get the torpedo... Because I'm probably going to do a large torpedo and then center it, kind of like how I did on the Puffin. But I was going to wait for Spidicy to be free, and then I could do that with him. Because he did some shenanigans last time that made it really, really work out well. So I'll probably replace this lower oblique area with the torpedo. And then we'll be good to go and just be able to fire it off. It'll be a fun time. Give it the same AI as the Puffin, it'll be a good time. Even get the shard cannon bit sight. I know, right? It's great. I was thinking of maybe adding guns to this, but I just don't know where I would put them. So I don't really want to put them in the nose like the Puffin, because I found out that doesn't work that great. Actually, it works at the corners, because you can sync them up the fire, but I just kind of like the engine details too much, so... I think we'll leave it as just a pure torpedo bomber, honestly. But yeah. So that's the one biplane. That's the one I'm very excited for. And then we have a monoplane variant, which isn't quite there yet conceptually, but it's almost. Same idea, same engine, very modular, same wind pattern, exhaust under the engines type fin. And then we're just working on the tail still, and we're working on the cockpit. But the idea is there. The actual gun part invisible being between the wings and have it fire on top of the nose? Oh, maybe. I'd like to sew that monoplane look more... What? Jesus Christ. Okay, you want the monoplane to look more like the Hurricane. Okay. I don't know, maybe. I kind of like how it is right now. Like I said, I just need to finalize it. And then we'll just do an APS, I'm not sure where we'll put an APS. I'm not sure what we're going to do. Maybe just missiles in this one. I don't know. We'll see. Because you can always like deco missiles to look like ice magic, right? So I might do that. Just have it as it counts as. Kind of like when you convert into orcs in Warhammer. But the concepts are there. We just haven't executed them yet. Arcade was the biplane missing a top wing. Oh, was it? Interesting. Maybe a gunner in the back seat? We tried that for the biplane. It didn't work out well. Parental abandonment joke here. Oh my god, Basil. It's funny because my mom actually asked where the stream was when I was late today, and I was like, oh, I'm just busy. Love that deco mesh. You can get the shark. Ah, yeah. Maybe a bit too canoey. For what, sir? Spidicy is currently deep down in the Falcata mines. He's been taking a break. He's been playing a lot of Warno lately. Alright, that's why I'm encouraging Basil. Ah, I see. Go all US style and use unguided proxy rockets? Maybe. Wasn't a gunner in the backseat basically the Vengeance? I couldn't tell you. But yeah. Anyway, so that's the current roster we got. So we have 3 designs in the go, 2 designs done. Well, I say done in quotation marks. Ronin will probably get a full rework at some point. Ashigaru is just needs an internal rework. I think what we'll do, Gravitas, is maybe have you rework the internals of the Ashigaru. And then we can go off it from there, because I really like the Ashigaru aesthetically on the outside. And then Crimson Aristocracy is basically just the vampire faction. That's the, you know, it uses blood magic, so they have lasers. And no, it was plasma, and which one had pack? Which one had lasers? I think these guys had lasers. But imagine kind of like Studio Ghibli pre-dreads, like those like big Hulk and Tumble Home designs, but with kind of like Castlevania-esque, like super gothic superstructures molded in. When will Roar Mom roast roasting? She gets some good jokes. She has good roasts occasionally. Not safe from the Wen roast, even with his own mother. Give me an updated volume limit, I can start the rework. Ignore the volume limit, just do a rework. And then we'll work backwards from there. I have a Ghibli faction already, I'll find some and submit the roar. Oh, do you? Nice. Throw one in for roast today. I'll take a look at it, see what I think. Because I'm thinking like specifically the big battleships from Howl's Moving Castle. That was the inspiration for my first attempt. Do I still have that actually? Let me see if I can find that. The issue is I got too much into the hull design and I never really ended up working out the superstructure, which and like, you know, combining the everything together how I wanted it. So there's the Dread Sovereign. Yeah, because this is as far as I got with my design. Honestly, you know what? I think this could still work. Actually, let's bring this bad boy back. I deleted it in a fit of I don't want to do this, which is quite common for me. This was back in March. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so this is where the idea conceptually was going. So like, you know, you have a bunch of like little plasma shitters on the side. You'd have the big laser turrets up here. Just all blood magic. I haven't made the rules or comes in it. Oh, you know what? Actually, that's what we'll do for today. We'll figure out the rules to the rest of the factions. Because I've already written down 2 guides. And so maybe that's an idea there. I do quite like the structuralness of this, though. I just don't know how I'm going to incorporate the superstructure into it. I wouldn't start that big for a new style. True, but consider this. I have an idea. Got an idea for the Polynesian catamaran. Would like a medieval siege engine work, but on water? Kind of a monitor but sailboat and fit in the style of the asymmetric catamaran, maybe? Well, keep in mind, they don't do medieval siege engines. World Walkers is not an old style craft. They just use sail ships because they're nature hippies. They're druids. So a medieval, like, they would still have a proper like plasma or magic turret, right? Or like, you know, they still have proper cannons. So I wouldn't do it like a siege weapon, no. Anyone send me the link to the design info? What do you want in Discord? Are you in the Discord, Dr. Julie? Carson, you better not be sending me BPs and DMs, because I will not look there when I go to grab the roast BPs. I am? Okay, what's your username? So I can just add you in here. It's just that I'm old, I cannot find. I was quite Russian and I fallen in love with the Russian interwar stuff. Nice. Alright, yeah, if you give me your username, I can just quickly tag you where it's, okay, it's that one. Okay, you are that. Yeah, there you go. So that's the general discussion for the forum campaigns. And then if you go out of that one, you can go to, World Walker's Guide and Silver Shogunate Faction Guide. And that has all the guides we have so far in terms of functionality and some aesthetics. They have examples for aesthetics at least. And then I put some inspo art for Silver Snow as well, with the airships, the planes, the ships with the ice, and the Republic battleships, stuff like that, right? So that should be all anyone else needs. If anyone else needs to find it, it is just in the From the Deep section right underneath the Factory. Which I may remove soon if people aren't using it. I don't know, we'll see. But, usually I don't read. Fair enough. Yes, but I meant kind of style-wise. Yeah, sure. Like I said, you can try what you want, and then I can let you know what I would change about it. But, alright, so Crimson Aristocracy. So far, Silver Snow Shogunate is no incendiary, no explosive. I'm pretty sure, isn't it? Let me read that guide I just tagged them in. Also, my nose is like actually dying right now. My God. Yeah. So, no incendiary, no pure gunpowder. That's what it was. All types of plasma are fine. Just make it the same color. Missiles is no HE, no incin, no EMP. All active defenses are allowed aside from flares. That's really thematic. I like that. Craft should come with wireless snooper and inter-vehicle transmitter, same as Neater campaign. Oh yeah, we are building every it's all going to be like Neater quality campaign standards. So we're going to be using the same rules there for like scrapping it and for detection and stuff like that. Yeah, okay. That makes sense actually. Hello. Oh, hello, Tough Bean. How's it going? Good to see you. Bean Raid, let's go. How are you? What did you get up to today? More Subnautica? Oh no, Stardew Valley. Sorry, I didn't get quite the chance to work. How's it going? I see V, I see Finn, I see Sir Alan, Tough Bean, I see TC Weaves. Welcome in, everyone. How's it going? How was Stardew Valley today? What did you guys get up to in Stardew Valley? I'm currently working on some world building for a custom campaign I'm making based off of classical RPGs. So, you're alive, I am, yes. I finally, for those of you wondering, I had a really bad bout of COVID that took me out for a week after I got back from vacation. So, going good. How about you? Recovered from COVID, I've heard? Yeah, no, I'm doing pretty good. We're just working on some lore stuff today. So if you guys like world building, if you like fantasy, stuff like that, I'm just going through all the different factions I'm building. Black Widow, thank you for the follow. Welcome into the assemblage. Question about the lore, if it does make a difference. Yeah. For those of you who don't know me, I'm RoastingVT. I'm a time traveling archaeologist, and I'm currently working on what I just described. I just put my raid message in reverse order. For those of you who don't know Tough Bean, please bow. Okay, good. The shout out was given. As I said, still a little bit sick. I apologize about that. I had a coughing fit. But what is that pin? Oh, that was the pin of shame from earlier. Carson, why did you not take that down after 20 minutes? Oh my god. Carson, we have guests over. You didn't take down the pin of shame. Rorston model fighting for his life. Yeah, I'm still a little bit sick. I'm feeling better though. But so right now we're just working on the vampire faction for those of you who might like vampires. But we're trying to figure out what weapon restrictions they have, because this game has a lot of restrictions. Or a lot of restrictions? Has a lot of weapons, and we're going to be planning on restricting quite a few of them. But yeah, aside from that, what did you get up to in Stardew Valley? Did you say yet? I missed it. Are you through the mines yet? You better be through the mines by now, Tough Bean. Tough, if you ain't through the mines, what are we going to do, SMH? Hey, Gremlin, how's it going? Sorry to hear COVID sucks. I've had it twice. It was my first time having it. That's the weird part, too. Like, I went 5 years without catching it. Went home to visit my family, and I immediately caught it. I was like, no! Desert Festival? Oh, cool. Festival? Minor spelling mistake, V. Time traveling archaeologist. You only travel forwards. Ancient Sin is trying to pretend he isn't 2,500 years old. No, we're going to be, trust me, there's going to be more time traveling back to the past soon. I'm still actively I'm kind of in the middle of a transition period between my old lore and my new lore. So I'm just slowly introducing it as time goes on. But improving minds, yes. Was trying my best in the Skull Caverns, but didn't get too far. Oh no! Do you have the right gear yet? My favorite meme I've ever seen is what was it? Obsidian Edge going into Skull Caverns, and it's like, who's gonna tell him with the SpongeBob meme? I'll have to send it to V later so they can forward it to you, Tough. But it's a really silly meme. All right, so I'm gonna get back to we're gonna be discussing the lore again. If you guys have any questions, if you're new here coming in, or if you need to raid and run and get some rest, food, or water, I completely understand. Thank you so much for tuning in. Not really. Originally, I wanted to work on the equipment, but then the Desert Festival popped up. So fair. All right, but yeah, so something like this, I'm imagining like this faction specifically I've had for a few years as well, because I'm kind of imagining like those like Studio Ghibli dreadnoughts, but with Castlevania vibes. So like I want to have like some hanging turrets and stuff like that. I want to have a really gothic architecture on the sides of the hull, and that's where I was going to go with this before the raid here. Shoe biscuit. Second time I got it was the worst variant, and they wanted me to stay at the hospital just in case I have asthma. After that, it was all good and done, and I could feel like the tubes in my nose were there, even though they weren't worse feeling. Ah, yeah, I get that. Castlevania mentioned? Yeah, so I'm really heavily inspiring this faction off of Castlevania's architecture. Specifically, like Dracula's castle, both from the games and from the show. So it still felt like, yeah, no, I know what you meant, trust me. Even now, like having it's been like 2 weeks and like my head is cleared, my sinuses aren't congested anymore. I can still occasionally, like, you know, I get some phlegm, because that's what I had the mute there for, was 'cause I had a whole lump of phlegm just fall out of my sinuses. My friend showed me Castlevania the show and he watched one episode, but it was great. Oh, you should watch all of it. It's actually really good. You would like it. But Castlevania design art in Google Images returns some very pleasant character art. Yeah, I specifically am looking for the buildings. Studio Ghibli, but they really hate Martin Luther, the priest, not the civil rights leader. I don't like gore, help. There's not that much gore. Actually, no, I just remembered season 4. There's a lot of gore. Yeah, never mind. No, you would not like it. Yeah, so, my bad, V. Come around to my first comment in stream. Yeah, I do remember you saying that, yes. My friend told me when to cover my eyes. That's fair. Isaac versus Carmella is one of my favorite animated fights. Like, oh, I know, it's so good. Look, you have to understand. The V mindset cannot comprehend the Isaac versus Carmilla fight. I should have been left in Latin. I was baptized Lutheran. Oh my god! Oh god, no, not the Protestants. I actually never knew that, V. For some reason, I thought your family was Catholic. I'm not sure why. To be fair, it might just be me. It's German, I think. Oh, that, you know what? That makes sense. Yes. Yes, I do remember now that your family is German. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Don't really like gore, but I've been desensitized to it with the type of music I listen to. The music desensitized you. Interesting. Carmilla, the first vampire. I don't think she was the first vampire. I think she was just the silliest vampire. Never tell the German government you're Christian, you'll have to pay more tax. Oh, interesting. Just in case, because she wanted the gifts. Ah, fair. You know what? That's valid as hell. I respect the hell out of that. Yeah, alright. We're gonna bring back the Dread Sovereign, I think. Because I do quite like the design now that I'm looking at it again. So we might revamp it, because the superstructure is really just gonna be the hardest part. Building it up in that Gothic style. But what weapon restrictions do we want? You know what? Is it safe to have my Discord on display capture? That's the real question here. Okay, with what Arrow just sent me, no. Arrow, that's crazy to send me right now. All right. Because what I'm thinking is, can we? Disable stream mode and then write up a new guide similar to how we did this. Because I kind of want to write some faction guides, and then we'll go into the craft review for you guys. Crimson Aristocracy. All right. You know what? Yeah, let's do some lore writing today. I'm not feeling like building right now. We'll write up the dwarves. We'll write up the Crimson Aristocracy, and then I'll leave the Carfoilists, because that's pretty much just going to be my own personal faction at this point. All right, let's get out of that so it doesn't overheat my computer and fry it. God, FTD gets more and more unoptimized every time, I swear to God. Is this safe? Okay, this is safe, good. Church of Anglicans. Okay, don't be mean to Anglicans. Oh, the covers. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. The one hand, Anglicanism is the only legal form of Christianity, man. The Catholicism is way better than those damn Protestants and Puritans. Oh my God, guys. Let's not start the 1500s religious war. Let's not start the Reformation in my chat, please. The Reformation can be postponed until tomorrow, because at least then we'll be playing EU5, where it's historically relevant. So you make a Warhammer fan? I am, yes. I play orcs mostly. I know all the lore for the Imperium, but I've only ever played orcs, and I've only ever built orcs. Can you allow tractor beams so the castles can have genuine floating turrets handed off them? Of course. Why wouldn't they? Roarvolins. You can play orcs? I miss the days of free point grots. I know, right? I miss looted tanks back when they were legal. Alright. Can I close down the side tab, actually? Hey, look at that. There we go. Alright. So let's work on our one faction guide here, shall we? Let's close that so you guys aren't Struggling to read that chat there. Orc surprises me. Really, does it? I feel like I give off orc vibes. It's either that or Emperor's Children vibes, but I don't think anyone wants to give off Emperor's Children vibes. I always like Mechanicus the most. See, back when I started playing, Mechanicus wasn't a faction. They were just part of the Imperium. As Tool of the State, they're far more secular than theocratic. Yeah, I guess maybe. Alright, so actually I needed that open because I need to have a guide for how I'm writing these. There we go. Alright, so the Crimson Aristocracy was the result of... So we know timeline-wise what happens is the Crimson Aristocracy revolts against the Principality of Karv. And that's what causes the central conflict of our world. Is because essentially it was a bunch of disgruntled nobles that dabbled in blood magic, accidentally turned themselves into vampires, and then killed off the majority of the other nobles. So that's what causes the civil war between the Crimson Aristocracy and the Loyalists. The player character, or the main character of the story, is the Crown Prince, who was off committing shenanigans in the East against the World Walkers when this happened. Big E don't want you to know, but the tanks are free. I has 136 tanks. Tau are really cool, though. I think Tau takes a lot to make cool. Am I the only Age of Sigmar player here? I'm sorry, Finn. I just couldn't... Age of Sigmar is... There's only one good thing I can say about it, and is that the models work really well as conversions for 40k orcs. But what Age of Sigmar did to the fantasy lore, I do not like. Only because Grimgor got killed, and I think that's just a cop-out. Why is Karv a princedom? Surely it should be an empire of sorts. Nope. It's so I'll get into that lore back when I write the lore for the Loyalists and the player faction. But it only ever remained a principality because of certain shenanigans. And it's kind of like how Rome was never a kingdom; it was an empire. It was a principality because the Karv did not like empires. Like orcs, because they're basically the only faction that accepts how fundamentally dumb 40k wars. I know. Well, they are also the only faction that has fundamentally solved the economy. Is they solved inflation because teeth rot, but teeth also grow back. So orcs have UBI, they have universal basic income, and they solved inflation with universal basic income. Kind of insane. A princedom should be much smaller. Why? Age of Sigmar was essentially basically, oh shit, we aren't selling enough models anymore. Quick, break the game, or at least a kingdom. I think you're maybe going off of gamified mechanics, or from like CK2 and stuff, Gravitas, because keep in mind, the Grand Duchy of Lithuania was only ever a duchy. It was only ever a dukedom, and it was massive. UBI is the bare minimum we need in society. It would definitely solve the transition to AI as AI comes more prevalent, because despite our best efforts, people insist on using AI to fuck up their companies even more than, you know, humans could. That's my 500k craft above 1.4 megabytes? Great question, don't know. Alright. Crimson was the result of dark and forbidden rituals performed by disgruntled nobles in the principality after... do we want to say the player's character was a reformer? Maybe like there were some reforms that went through that caused the disgruntled nobility? After the reforms... of... Okay, what's the previous king's name? Or previous prince's name? Let's talk about that. Fantasy was dead long before AOS. Maybe. Here's we need a revolution. Let's not get too political right now, guys. Let's focus on the let's focus on the fantasy politics, okay? We'll get back into the real politics tomorrow when it's historically relevant. First, it implies you've are run by a prince, which requires you to be part of some greater fin. Why? There's been principalities before that aren't, Hey, Finn, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the assemblage. My only real understanding of Age of Sigmar is from watching Poorhammer, but it generally seems pretty cool. It's honestly, I think if had Age of Sigmar been a completely separate fin instead of the End Times, it would have been really cool. I think it's because they had it as a sequel, essentially, is what causes people to dislike it. I love how everyone basically assumes French nobility structures don't want to exist. Yeah, there's no Viva Pinata here. Oh, also, Moonpaw, talking about Viva Pinata, Return to Paradise had an update, and it's actually playable now. So I might be playing some Viva Pinata soon. But I'm very excited for that, honestly, because I miss you, Matata. All right. So dark forbidden rituals performed by disgruntled nobles and principality at the reforms of insert prince name here. There we go. Great name. All right, that's a very regal name right there. Hey, Tuesdack, welcome. Okay, Tuesdack, chat was wondering earlier how how did you roar speak to your family? Because I mentioned it offhand and then everyone was like freaking out about it. And I apologize for outing you, but I will be talking politics during Viva Politics. Hell yeah. Okay, so after the reforms of the previous prince, they conspired to take over the principality themselves, but yet they were deceived, and the magic ended up turning them. I don't like that verbiage there. Deceived. Spelled deceived wrong too. I'm so happy Discord has spell check now. Be allowed to submit my boat. It's 1.4. Yeah, that's fine, Driver. You're trusted, so that's fine if you want to submit that. Roar speak. Oh my god. I don't remember. Also, I was there when you said it. Oh, were you? Okay. 500 million decos. It being a sequel implies that you're allowed to play proper fantasy still. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't think Warhammer Fantasy is dead, and it still has its rulebooks. Like, I still, like, whenever I play Warhammer 40k, I still play 7th edition. I haven't upgraded to the new editions yet. That's exactly it. Yeah, no, I love that. 500 cigarettes meme. It's so good. Not gonna lie, I didn't know that Carpathian was the size of Luxembourg. It's not. It's, if I had to make a European, it would probably be like, the big island is probably about the size of Germany, and then the small island is probably about the size of, like, Belgium, if I had to give an estimate. Maybe Germany's too big. Yeah, let's say maybe the size of Portugal. I don't know. We'll have to look at it. I'll have to look at it again. Don't worry about sizes right now. We'll flatten out the details later. Maybe I'll watch Orville one day. First thing, just straight ask me, what the hell is Orville? Hello? I have no idea what that is. Unless you're talking about George Orwell, I know him. Alright. Oh, that's Tetris music. I don't know if that's copyright or not. Let's go over to Persona music. Germany is quite big. Portugal is much smaller. I know. I'm just saying I don't know if Portugal is the right size either. 500 cigarettes. Oh, is that called Orville? I've only ever seen that show through clips, and it's only ever been the memes. All right. Since we can sail from one end to the other in minutes, well, keep in mind also you can also go above the speed of light in meters. So I don't know necessarily if the distances are really corrected. Received and the magic and turns them into creatures of the night. Okay, I like that better. I always like creatures of the night. It's like, I could just say vampires, but creatures of the night is so much more fun. They went ahead with their plans regardless and tore the principality asunder. Because I just wanted an excuse to use the word asunder. In their pursuit of absolute power. Yeah. Now, in control of the big island name. Because we haven't figured that out yet. We don't actually vampire or creature of the night. Less Dracula, more Rocky Horror. True. Do you want to change a meter second submarine for your Welsh faction? God, no. Why would I want that? Does the word balance mean nothing to you? Alright. Principality Asunder. They send frequent raiding parties or more thralls to the other parts of the archipelago as well as towards their own population. Reign in, there we go, in any sense with violence and oppressive measures. There we go. All right, we'll refine the war as time goes on, but I think that's a good gist of what the Crimson Aristocracy is. How the fuck can you be faster than light? Don't worry about it. Again, Dooley, I really don't care for super meta builds. I like my campaigns to be more of an aesthetic narrative, and then they're functional. That's fine. But like, oh look, I have this 400 meters per second fin. It's like, okay, cool. Like, functionality wise, that's really easy to achieve. You know what I mean? Yeah, gravity and walker gen give you both close to infinite speed. Exactly right. Simply move around the light. So true. Crashes into the ground while on the stair. Well, I say meta. I'm just saying like when it's like comes to like super extreme game break and stuff. I don't particularly care for it is all. If you have something you want to submit for World Walkers, then you know there's the guide right here. And actually, I have the guide open right now. We can talk about that if people have questions. But and there's a little blueprint down there. That's good enough for now, I think. General rules. Let's discuss the general rules for Crimson Aristocracy. I haven't fleshed this out yet, so. The Crimson Aristocracy is essentially a mix of exaggerated free dreadnoughts and Castlevania-esque Gothic architecture. Think Dracula's castle, etc. There we go. Oh, I forgot Zero's Heart. It's all fun and game streaming. You just got the 30 people until you accidentally open Codal chat and off the D and get shouted at by Sean. Exactly. That's what we're saying on this one page, and I'm not clicking any notifications I get. Alright. Or does not like slant builds? Pretty much no. Accidentally opens Game 2 server and gets beheaded. No, okay, so the reason why I have my servers organized like this actually is because I'm in quite a few servers, and B is because I actually put Games 2 server all the way at the bottom so I wouldn't accidentally see it, even if I had to scroll down. Trust me, I had that set up in case I ever did stream my Discord stuff. It's also on why I'm on Do Not Disturb right now, so even if I get a note, it will be silenced. Alright, so what else is there? Writing more war right now. I guess we could be doing this in a text file over on the just chatting screen, but I kind of like having the side by side here, and that way people can read it and ask questions if they need. What's your favorite server? Good question. Should have put it in a folder so it's 2 clicks away. It is. No, trust me, you guys will not be accidentally seeing the Game 2 server. I think Dracula's Castle combined with Studio Ghibli Dreadnoughts. There we go. Okay. We use mix of blood magic. Do we want to get them kinetic weapons, or do we want to make them just a pure energy, like magic faction? What is light weaponry? Great question. Where did I put that? Oh, light weaponry is so like simple weapons like the cannons, mostly restricted to kinetic crams or APS. So like there's no edit. Gotta go ready to prevent. No worries, V. Have a good one. Thank you so much for stopping by. I like mixing magic and tech. Yeah, I love that too. So I think what we're aiming for here is, to be honest, Sean already blew a lot of... Yeah, exactly. Which means, trust me, I had that well documented. My NDA is not breached. But his NDA is breached now. But I heard your comments on simple weapons when building with border. So yeah, so I do allow cannons and stuff like that. So like the 64 pounder to 32 pounder. I just don't like I just don't like the World War II simple weapons. There's style guide. Let's go. Yeah, I want to write all of the rest of them today, and then we'll do roasts. Yeah, where's the makeup with magic? That's essentially what they. Well, they're sailing ships. Oh, you're talking about Crimson Aristocracy? No. These guys are like. Silver Snow, Crimson, and the Loyalists are all like the hardest factions in the campaign. And then Dwarves and World Walkers are kind of like a build up because there's only 5 factions, right? So Crimson is going to be one of the stronger factions. Now the question is, do I want to use them kinetics? I think we do give them kinetics. Use of blood magic and conventional weapons to terrorize and ensnare their foes. There we go. All right, so there's a little blurb. We have the lore blurb. We have the general rule blurb, just for the idea of what I'm going for. And now we do the weapons blurb. So is there any from... That's the wrong page. There we go. So, APS. Honestly, I think we banned them from railguns. Because I don't really consider railguns to be a conventional weapon. What do we think about that? Hey, Squeeps. That fucking asshole has... the moment I open my window, he fucking starts sawing shit. I would point out, Jeff, he has not sawed... Like, he has not sawed anything the last 4 weeks. You know which weeks I was gone, but, like... What a fucking dick. When we get in the Roar presentation, when Squeebles asks me to do it. Simple weapons only work if you're building World War II British designs with 2-pounder. Yeah, pretty much. Just having the starting the log, apparently. I don't know which house it is yet, but why I oughta. Yeah, so APS, I think we do no railguns. I'll format this all properly later, but no railguns. No EMP, I think. Is that fair? Is there anything I'm missing here that maybe we want to stop them from? Do it when I get home from work. Well, I'm not gonna be streaming that long. I'm gonna be ending just after this, probably after some roasts. I just want to finish up this style guide. Alright. No railguns, no EMP. Anything else you want to stop them from having? Like, thematically? I think just keeping them to gunpowder. Because that would cauterize all the blood. Yeah, that really would boil their blood, wouldn't it? Yeah, we can, no incendiary. Incendiary, there we go. I always mess up that word. No flamers. Cram. Actually, I think any crams they have is fine. And then just no... oh no, the pack was gonna be the blood magic, so no lasers. Because Loyalists will have the lasers. Silverstone has railguns. Crimson gets packs. I think that's where we want to be, but yeah. Just really warm blood. No, I don't think we could reflame. I think we're gonna be getting colored flamers. I don't know if we have them already or not. I don't know if we're gonna be getting them, but if we do, then we could maybe do something with that. But for now, we won't. Deck one cram, all the stuff attached to the barrel will rotate. I know it's so based. That's why you don't rotate the barrels. Read a book, Finney, recently where blood mage uses body heat to set some people on fire. Oh, interesting. That was in the aesthetic update. It was? Okay, yeah. So with recolored flamers, maybe we could do that, or if we do acid spray, which would be really fun. But we don't really have an acid faction, though, do we? Okay. No lasers. No railguns. No EMP, no incendiary, no flamers. I'm pretty happy. Yeah, and then that means... Okay, so that means flamers are unique to the dwarves. Which I'm pretty happy with. And then, like, maybe we can give Loyalists some, like, flamers if it's, like, concentrated magic. Kind of like Greek fire, but magic. That could be really fun, actually. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Alrighty. And then I don't actually have any photos for this yet, so we'll put this as a baseline. Baseline to be worked on. I can just post that for now. That gets some people started with this, right? All right, let's go back to FTD and get some roast done now. Whee! I forgot I closed it of FTD and then remembered I still have to do roast today. Whoopsie. All right, let's close the roast submissions. Closed. There we go. All right. What have we got since the last time we closed it? We have the the Valiant was put in last time because that person was new to the channel. And then I have a swordfish and a bellhop to look at for deep water guard stuff because the guys asked me to review some stuff. So I'll do all those reviews in the roast section as well. Okay. So we had the trim special, the Pangendrum vertical wheel, vehicle 6, scrapper, I hardly know her, blue man alive, Trine tier, laser flyer, La Creatura, Courageous Tumble Home Battleship, okay, cool, and the TR Ross. Ah, the Cleaner Ross, my favorite. Alrighty. Ripston? What do you mean Ripston? Alright, reviews? Yeah, we're doing the roast now. Alrighty. Let's make sure there's nothing else already in there. Good, we're not. Alright, throw that all in there. Throw that all in there. Ooh, I gotta look over a lot of those still too. Shit. Okay, whatever. That's fine. You may or may not have sent mine in before. That's fine as long as you made some progress on it. Or maybe who knows? Maybe I'll forget what it was and I'll re-review it. Who knows? But in general, we do try to avoid repeats just so I'm not saying the same stuff over and over again. Alright, we got the bellhop first. This was by the Spedicer. Okay, I see what went wrong here. Yeah, the metal doesn't really work. I think maybe just removing the glass from this cockpit could work better. Because it's still too bulbous, I think. I like the rest of the build, though. Spedicer now we're trying to cook up a Deepwater Guard helicopter based on those, like, Korean War helicopters. But, it doesn't quite work. Just remember the fleet colors this time? No. That's up to you guys. I do, so any of those blurbs you put in your roast fins, I don't read them. That channel is not for writing, it's for blueprint submission. So I do not read those. I do quite like the idea. I just don't know if it works with FCD. The rest of it's pretty cute. I think maybe just a normal cockpit would actually benefit this craft better, sadly. But we'll see how that goes. I'll talk to Spedicer about that later. Alright. Blue man alive. Maybe a metal mesh instead of glass. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Alright. I saw this was very brightly colored. So here, you get TG. No, TG does not look good. GT works, I guess. Alright. Most non-Deepwater Guard craft look kind of shit in Deepwater Guard colors. True. Yeah, you got anchors, you have anchor wheels, very nice. Oh, I like the little figurehead at the front, that's cute. Little hammer and gear. The turrets are well shaped, I do quite like that. It's actually some really nice shape in there. I quite like those. Good job. It's well textured too with the wooden mantlets. Very nice. The decks are well layered, though here doesn't make quite much sense. I could see maybe if you're going for a gear motif similar to the front up here, that could be a really interesting pattern here, but right now this doesn't make much sense to me aesthetically why it's here. It's just kind of empty space, and definitely you want to put some railings on the inside, and I think that could improve it a lot. See how you have the railings on the stairs? So just continue those railings up and over. I like this little pattern here. That's pretty nice, but again, still just railings everywhere you can. You don't want people sliding off the deck in bad weather, right? And then back here definitely is a little bit bare and needs something, I think. The primary turrets are fine. The secondary turrets are fine. This little guy right here, his barrel's a little bit too long. And he's a little bit front heavy because of it. Like, if you had like the ammo canister at the back, that'd be better. This one's fine. This one looks properly balanced, but just the little guys feel a little bit unbalanced, if that makes sense. The superstructure is very bare bones. Why is it so thin? I would make this bottom area here solid, and then you can keep this with glass for sure, but railings, so railings out here, make this solid down here for the superstructure, and then work your way up to thinner. This in here needs support going from here down to here, just so it's not free float in there. And then that should be fine, I think, honestly. Is there anything else? Your torpedoes there and the float plane walker goes in the rear. Oh, I see, okay. And when the back could work well for a little seaways, just a little flamer tank. Yeah, stream is quite choppy. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I wonder if it's because... Let me try something here. I'm not sure why it's being so choppy today, because it's not OBS's fault for once. I'm only at 6,000 bitrate though. Normally I'm a little bit higher. I tried reducing it down to see if it would stop the drops in stream. I think that was one on my end. Just refresh, see if that's working better now. So it could just be FTD is like this, or I can turn off the music and just put in the in-game music, I guess. Because it might just because we have the two, the stream and the video running. So let's try that for now. Getting a bit better, I think. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it might just be I have too many programs running right now. It's completely possible. I'll do some looking into it after stream here today. Seems better now? Okay, yeah, it may have just been the extra streaming with the music. Alright. 7 night, your smokestack works fine. Everything else seems pretty good. I don't have too much more to complain about. The hull shape itself is quite nice. A little bit basic on the bottom, but nothing to really complain about there. Good work. I'm excited to see this finished. Alright. But I will say the color's definitely oversaturated. Desaturate some of those colors and it'll look a lot better, I feel. Alright, cohorn. There we go. The turret looks a lot better. I really like the way you did the turret, actually. With the little crown. I love the crown motif there. The front looks good, too. The little pauldrons on the side look good. Love that. The back, it's basic, but I still think a catwalk from here to here would make more sense than to have the ladder off like, asymmetrical one side. Instead of just having the ladder straight to the door. Add some definition to the back there. I love the machinery up here. I really like the way this is done with the little inset for the turret, too. Look at it, it's a receding hairline. Yeah, I did mention that this Spinicey when he was building this, but honestly, it adds character. I kind of like it. Just a platform between the tracks, that's what I'm thinking, right? Ball in the turret, how to watch MP2. Could not sleep. Oh, what's that tank? This is Spinicey's cohorn. He's been working on and off for a little bit. It's pretty much just an Onyx Watch mortar tank. And yeah, I think the catwalk between here and here could be fine. I do like the turret though. The receding hairline joke is funny. I think that's really funny, but I think that also adds a lot of character. So I think we'll keep that. Second best looking Onyx Watch build after the Bardiche. I wouldn't go that far. Like, it looks good, and it's unique. I like it, but I don't know, like... There's still some issues. I think back here, corner... actually, you know what? No, it is good looking. I actually do quite like this. The more I look at it, the more it's growing on me, you know? It's a very long design, too. Kind of like almost like a tog, instead of like the very thick, chunky designs you get on most Onyx Watch builds. Yeah, no, I'm vibing with it. Big Valentine energy. Yeah, that's the tank I was thinking of. You were better the Tog. Even though it looks a bit funky towards the rear. Yeah, I think the rear would be really well balanced by a catwalk back here. And I think that would fix a lot of the issues with the rear there. And maybe some machinery back here, I'm not sure. Or maybe just some bigger exhausts. Like, because like imagine like a radiator panel right here could help. But I do quite like it. Alright, I'll give him the feedback. It's a damn good tank, yeah. Like the concept and execution are good, it just needs some details worked on. Exactly, right? It's just rare Onyx Watch gets to do some interesting stuff. Well, the tanks is a little bit easier because you have more shapes you can do for tanks. And then for the boats, it's just all about putting in the details that don't crimp the style too much, but it's still good, right? Because there's a lot of details you can add to Onyx watch tanks. People just don't because they're afraid of yield melch. But, like, you can still add detail. Ooh, okay, I like this quite a bit, driver. I love the temple home shape in here. This is very nice. They tend to be good but formulaic, yeah. No, I think that's just a build issue, right? People need to be a little bit less formulaic with it. Alright. The issue that Onyx Watch has right now is that people are formulaic with it because they're afraid of getting yelled at by Melch. But then the people who try new stuff don't execute it properly. So then the people who want to try new stuff see the people who didn't execute it properly yelled at by Melch. It's a cycle, right? I really like the hull on this. Also, finally someone who has like a proper hull to turret size ratio. I'm so tired of like all those builds that it's just like, oops, all turret for the entire hull. It always looks so bad. Like this looks really good. The more I'm looking at this, the more I'm really liking this. Really good job on this driver. He jiggled, true. But no, this is kind of like the hull shape I'm imagining for Crimson Aristocracy. Except with more turrets built into the hull casemated. So I'm also guilty of, oops, all gun in it, but it's just the idea, right? And for my all hull no turret build, remember them? I do not, honestly. Either way, this is really good proportions for a tumble home. Good work on this. I don't know if I really can give you any advice. I think you kind of just nailed it. Maybe the mantlets could be like a little bit, you know, more of just a ladder. Maybe have like a stair going up to them, curving around. That could be interesting, but you know, you do what you want, honestly. But I think that's my only complaint is maybe the mantlets could be a little bit more accessible. Because I think like a stairs they could quickly run up would be really cool. Even though I know ladders are faster. Oh yeah, like 2 half circles? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? Could be really interesting. Plus, it allows more people to get into the turret at once. The super is really small. It was a little bit tiny, yeah. Actually, let's load that back in. Because I think that, I think this part here, if you raise this up by 2 blocks, raise this part up here by 2 blocks, so just give it a lot of clearance over the front turret, it would look perfect. But, everything else is really good, though. Alrighty. The Trine tier. Okay, Chinook with wins. That's immediately what I'm looking at here. I don't dislike it. I think it's an interesting premise. Because you have like the wins with the fuel pods. I don't think... So unless you're like having it able to do horizontal flight, which I guess maybe those jets at the back do, I don't know. But like unless you're having it able to do horizontal flight, the wins are just kind of a hindrance here, aren't they? Based on a prototype Chinook build around adding wins? Yeah. I'm wondering here. No, I realize it could be an IRL prototype. I'm just asking, like, are the wins not a hindrance here if it doesn't have any like forward propulsion? I guess the jets there count as your forward propulsion, though. It still looks nice, though. I like it conceptually. It feels like it would work very much as like an alt modern sci-fi like design, right? Like it's not bad design by any means. It's just that's the first thing I noticed. I was like, I do quite like the shaping though. You did shape a Chinook quite well. Only complaint is the back here it's a little bit square. I would maybe round this off with a square corner. And then that way it adds a little bit more emphasis onto those holdouts for, like, you see what I mean here? Where it adds a little bit more emphasis onto those being pivots out instead of just being blocked up together. Does that make sense, Knight? I hope it makes sense for you, but... Because now that I'm looking at this, you can see how this adds a lot more emphasis. Oh, I see how we built that. Okay, let's not quite do that then. Why did you not put anything in there? Yeah, so something like that, right? So do you see how that puts emphasis on the jets now? And it just unsquares the back just a little bit, and it looks... Does that make sense? Alt modern sci-fi is what I'm going for? Okay, well yeah, in that case you did a good job. But I think that would really help the design at the back there. Just removes a little bit of the squareness too. But still keeps like your door available for volume to like lift stuff. Yeah, aside from that, I really like this build, honestly. It's a solid design. It feels like something Deepwater Guard would build. If like, honestly, I kind of want to make a deep water guard build of this now. Chinook with the wind, like a strike wind going across. That could be pretty fun. Hold top first, rotates 90 degrees to the wind, then engine tilts forward. I see. Yeah, because this definitely feels like something Deepwater Guard would think would be like, oh yeah, let's put a wind on a helicopter to help get lift. Actually, I really want to build that now. That could be really funny. Alrighty. Panjandrum wheel. Alrighty, let's take a look at this. What the hell? Why does it have two smokers at the front? I'm not against this idea, I'm just curious as to why. I am definitely against this idea. Oh, those are at the back, never mind. Forgot the Panjandrum wheels at the front. The only thing I'm sad about this is it doesn't have the vertical cram turrets, but honestly, this would be a pretty good replacement for the Panjandrum. That is the back? Yeah, I'm so used to putting water wheels at the back. Yeah, so in that case, it's a good crane, has little hangers. I'm sad that there's no more vertical cram turrets, but I realize that this cram turret setup is probably better, honestly. It looks good. Oh my god! Oh yeah, no, this one's making it in. A little Deepwater Guard forklift, look at him! He's adorable! Okay, yeah, no, I love this little idea. This is adorable! I wonder why this wasn't accepted. Maybe volume limit issue? I don't know. But, yeah, just an absolute little guy. I love this. And it's really well structured back here, too, with the Python engine. And then there's the steam organ. Love that. That was the one thing we requested that be kept, as the steam organ. So that's pretty good. Oh, it's a little maestro. Look at them. I love that. Incredible work here. Yeah, no, I really have no notes. That's really good. Stream kind of chopped again. It's maybe just because of all the decos on it. I don't know. Like I said, the last FTD update has been really, really spotty in terms of performance. Let me try turning down the graphics for you guys, see if that helps at all. Is that better? And then the resolution? No. Yeah, because for once this is honestly, this isn't an OBS issue for once. I think this might actually be a Twitch side issue. Because normally it doesn't have this much of an issue with the bitrate. I'll have to look into this after. I did just like update my OBS, so I'm wondering if maybe that's what's causing the issues. Because FTD normally doesn't struggle with Twitch, but we'll have to see. Yeah, because I'm seeing it's still choppy on my side too. Alright, well, you know what? Here, let's turn off my Google Chrome completely. We'll figure it out later. You're right, the point stands of I do quite like this design. Alright, La Creatura. Looks like it can never be an issue for it. Yeah, well, especially lately. What the hell is this thing? Ew. Oh wait, what the fuck is this thing? I don't think there's anything I can really like... Oh boy, is this a really old design? Or did you just build this? Is it all deco? That's a great question. Is it? I think so. Adventure mode craft, maybe. Jesus Christ. I think it's all spin blocked too, judging by the fact that, yeah. No, apparently no decos. Probably just spin blocked then. Oh no, there's quite a lot of decos. Alright, well, you know what? If it's gonna break the game, I'm just not gonna look at that. Power word remove deco, honestly. The wood is fake, yeah. So my channel points are working properly? Hell yeah. I'm using OBS's stream chat now, so if I miss stuff because my chat window is so much smaller, that might be... Just resend it. Yeah, no, Swellboy, you don't get that crap reviewed. Nice try. Alright, Laser Flyer 2. Ooh, okay, so another one of T-Lad's builds the paneling. Love that. Love the way you did the gun, by the way. Very clean. Very nice. Pretty. Yeah, I know. I love T-Lad's builds, honestly. They're so cool. I don't know if I like the prop at the front. I think that ruins like a lot of the vibe there. Especially down here, too. Yeah, these props are kind of ruining the vibe. Like, because they're just kind of stuck on, right? Like, maybe if you had them, like, rind, kind of like lift panels or something like that, that could be cool, but just props stuck on? Like, come on, T-Lad, what are you doing, bud? Looks like a propeller head on a soldier. Yeah, kind of. As for the actual aesthetics of the build, I still love the panels, but you could use some paneling at this rear engine as well. I think the paneling back here is a little bit sparse, and then up front, obviously, it's really segmented well. You've done a great job. You're missing the panel lines, though. That's what's missing from this build. You need some more panel lines on the orange itself to help break up those flat areas. But aside from that, really good job. Yeah, I'm not sure why the frame rates or the bit rates being so weird, because this is specifically a bit rate issue. It's been like this since the update. That's weird, yeah. These are the characteristic decos? Yeah, pretty much. But aside from that, it's still really good, like always. Alright, trim special. Cringe is giving me less and less reasons to make fun of him nowadays, because he's actually building really well. It's so sad. Yeah, he didn't even put any of the decos on wheels this time, damn it. God damn it, Cringe. But no, aside from that, what is this? Panzer IV, Panzer III? Which one had the long barrel? I don't remember. Panzer III, I think, right? But again, did the Panzer III ever have the side armor? I think it has to be Panzer IV because of the turret armor, right? Either way, some type of Panzer. Ew, horse-drawn tank. PC4, okay. Really well designed, you know, it's immediately recognizable. But I like that you still have some of your faction's influence, like the double machine guns with the water cooling. And, oh, even here is a pleak armor, Jesus Christ. You're starting to add more stuff to the side. That you put the camo on the axe head. Even your axe is camouflaged. Cringe, come on. What is this? You camouflaged your axe, Cringe? SMH. I don't like the stowage just sticking out of the side like this. I think you should have like proper stowage mounts. Instead of just having them like stick off the side like this. Like this wooden box here should be like, you know, more. Maybe in here. Where X? I don't know. I can't see it. Camo X for tactical walking. The jerry cans make sense. The stowage back here is well implemented. Same with the shovel. Oh, sorry, of a spade. It's a square head.
Ruston, I have a message from the field. With the axe being camo, they won't know what hit them.
So true.
Clueless.
So this back here with the spinning radiators, that's pretty solid. The fuel tank is good. Even the nozzle is camo. Cringe. What the hell is this? Adding these in though. How many deco was that? My God. I've never this part from Sprocket. That's really cool. And then more stuff down here. That's pretty good detail. Stowage back here. I'm only upset that it doesn't match into the tank's hull. Similar to the front, like what you had, and then the trench or the mud crossing the log is pretty good. Overall, it's pretty well detailed. I think just some of those smaller decos are a little bit too small, and they need to be moved up a little bit. I think that band is like 2 decos. Oh, really? I'm gonna have to steal it later, man. All right, we have the scrapper. This is just the tremor. Oh no, you had okay. No, you did build it differently. I was gonna say, but I'm like 95% sure this is just the tremor at home. Also, the wheel is definitely causing bitrate issues, so I'm just gonna cut that off real quick. Yeah, let's just cut that off real quick. Yeah, I see that it's pretty cool having the bucket wheel stuff. The cockpit was way too large for it though, and way too solid. And all right, let's take this one apart and look at it one at a time. The gears on the wheel are animated. Yes, I did see that. I'm just trying to figure out how this differs from the tremor, honestly. Because for the most part, yeah, okay, so the big issue here is you're doing your cockpits way too big. Like, if you're gonna have something like where it's like just a little platform here, you don't need to have it fully encased. Nor do you need to have it fully solid on the inside too, right? Like, this is massive for how small of a room that is. Takes up so much room, right? The drill is fine. That just looks like the drill off the Tuareg. Just the missile turrets. The missiles give you some decos. And then up here, that just looks like it's off the tremor. So it feels a little bit too tall almost. And there's no ladder going up. Like, how does someone get to this crow's nest up here? You know what I mean? What else is there? The turret back here is fine. The platform over here having the little string holding it I do quite like. I feel like you need another support over at this corner though. Like maybe move this one up over here. Just for aesthetic balancing. And same with in here. In here is very solid. This overall design is just very solid. And it feels like it misuses a lot of floor space. Does that make sense? Counterweights for the master drill at the front. Yeah, there's that too, right? Like this was a very front heavy design. Why are the windows green? Because it's their own personal color. But yeah, so like that's another good point though, is that it did feel very front heavy before I took off the front drill there. So something to look into. Yeah, and there's oh, you know what it is? I'm still in the alpha test. I don't think I have the memory leak fixed yet. I wonder if that's what's causing me issues right now today. I'll have to look into that. Because I just realized I'm not in the branch that fixes some of the bugs that Sean mentioned putting out a fix for recently. Alright, swordfish. Alright, I'm quite a fan of this. Oh, you know what? Actually, I really like this little guy. Like, having the rams as a mouth. That's really smart, Paphos. Now, the fitness Paphos is like, oh, do you think you could use the swordfish for ashes? It really depends on if it can attack ground targets. So I'll have to test this out later. But I do really love the idea of having the turrets move like this. It's a similar idea to what I wanted for my oarfish. Might be an unpopular opinion. The movie was good, though. For what? Oh, probably Mortal Engines, I assume, is what we're talking about. Mortal Engines, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I kind of enjoyed the movie one time I watched it. I don't remember most of it. And I don't remember any of the plot, but I like the world building in it, and I like the visual effects. Mortal Engine, yeah. Yeah, I like the visual effects for it. Anyway, aside from that, swordfish though, I actually really like this. Oh, and he put the bayonet, let's go! I love having bayoneted turrets. It's so silly. And then I love the way the engine back here with the tail is done as well. Very well done. Honestly, yeah, I don't see any reason not to take this as well. Yeah, it's below volume too, so this easily fits in ashes. Hell yeah, let's go. It made a canonically disfigured character Hollywood pretty when her being treated bad for her injuries is a major plot point. Oh, okay. Like I said, I never read the book, so I wouldn't know. It even has the freebooter rotary gun. Well, okay, so that's not the freebooter rotary gun. Let's get one thing correct. This is Paphos' simple weapon rotary gun, but I stole for the freebooter. I just want to clarify. The turret was originally Paphos' design. But yes, it's finally in campaign, which is cool. No, I really like this, Paphos. You've done a hell of a job on this. Really good work. Though your sail's a little bit off. I feel like that could be a little bit better, but... No, really well done. Good job. And I feel like this part up here could have been a pole with truss over top of it, maybe. I don't know. Either way, I really like this. It's really well done in Sveno style. I'll be happy to see this in the Ashes campaign alongside the Ever airship we have, which I think is the Wanda right now. Can't believe Paphos stole Roar's turrets. I know, right? Crazy. Nah, there's no stealing in Deepwater Guard campaigns. Alright, is the Wanda also below? Oh, the Wanda is so much smaller than this. What the hell? I wonder if he plans on rebuilding the Wanda as well then. But no, because I feel like the Wanda is like pretty complete, eh? Yeah. But the Wanda I thought was considered the bigger brother of the swordfish, so weird that it's a little bit small. But you know what? I don't care. I'll let him figure it out. I'm happy with the swordfish though. I think that's a really cool upgrade to it. Looks like a swordfish with that nose. Just take a look at that snout. These little... Oh, I just realized it's a sword on the end of his... That's funny. I just got that. That's actually really funny. Okay, yeah, no, I'm a fan of this. This is really well done. Alright. Wants to boot big snoot. True. Let's take a look at the Ross. Just a little guy. Look at him. Oh my god, it's a squirrel. Who did this? Carson, what is this? I was expecting to see the cat shark today, not a squirrel. What does this remind me of? I've seen this before. I don't know, probably something from War Thunder, I assume. But no, I like this. This is cute. Now that's the good shit. Yeah, no, this is really cute, Carson. I like this. Really not much to add, honestly. Like, I think you just kind of nailed it. Like, it's just good. So on for Roasty woke up again. Carson submit the wrong one. This is what Carson submitted. I like it. Is that the crawling squirrel or some shit? I guess. It just kind of looks like nondescript chassis mounted with a recoilless rifle and has a little squirrel face on. That's all I see here, but honestly, I kind of like it. It's cool. It's funny. It's cheeky. Good work. All right, vehicle 6. Okay. Now this looks very familiar to the one I just saw in Moonpaw, except maybe it's a monitor. Once again, the anchor feature is good. I kind of want to see some. It's very back heavy. I kind of want to see a little bit more variety in the style. I like the style you've got going on here. It's starting to really come into its own. It just needs a bit more variety in what you're doing, but it's very good asymmetry. And it's very good, like, micro details you've got going on. I want to see expanded out more, you know? Does that make sense? But I am starting to like it. It's really coming together. Alrighty. Anyway, yeah. I don't think I have much else to say about this one, honestly. Moonpaw, like, it looks very similar to the last one, so it's probably similar critiques. And then just make it a little bit more back heavy and give it a stern, right? Because the stern's a little bit lacking right now. Oh, wait, how does this one move? There's no props. How does this one move? Alright. Well, you know what? We'll figure it out next time I see it, I'm sure. So, that's gonna be all from me today, chat. I really do need to set up a shortcut for between game and chat menu. Alright, so, actually no. Whee! There we go. So, today, that's gonna be all. I had a lot of fun. I'll try and figure out what the issues are with the stream going on, because I don't know why that's being so problematic today. It's kind of weird. Need to eat very soon. Well, if you stay around for the raid, we'll be able to you'll be able to get a few more channel points, and that's one step closer to more Maidstone on stream. All right, let's see who's live, shall we? Who is all live right now? There's a lot of people doing EU5 stuff, which I'd love to go check out. So you know what? Let's go see what Generalist is up to. He's doing Austria, I believe. Raid, Generalist, Gaming. I believe that's his. Yeah, Generalist Gaming. There we go. Let's go check out more EU5 content, because I love EU5 content. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the start of EU5. I have no idea how long tomorrow's stream is going to be. It's going to be crazy. I know I'm going to be playing as long as I'm just going to be doing my entire first game pretty much until I get tired. So tomorrow will be a lot of fun. As for me, though, I'm going to sign off here. It was wonderful again to see you all again, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.